go.
Oh, buggers. Block to move. Block to move. Block to move. I feel like it's too obvious to take queen here, but I feel like that's the right move. Oh, okay. Check first, then take queen. Brother, I'm looking at how my fucking pieces connect. What about it? Queen and rook could connect on F2. Motherfucker. That's not it, bitch. Are you guys stupid? Oh. Yikes. Oh no, dude. I need caffeine. Give me a second. Hold up. I said, bitch, are you stupid? All right, chat, we're waiting. Our match will start in about 2 minutes, I think. So you know what? I gotta play our song. I'm ready to get shivers, baby. Oh, let's go.
We started out on a Wednesday and I couldn't figure out why you would be mad at me.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Pogchamps 3. Our first match of the day going down in 2 minutes versus Myth, the Fortnite gamer, and Nico Lol, the 100 Thieves content creator TikToker. Here we go.
I get the shivers whenever I'm thinking about you. Just wanna live and live without you. Be on my own again. I get the shivers whenever you go out of line, yeah. I feel the creeping down my spine, yeah. Wanna be alone again.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, it seems like we have a technical difficulty. It is 12 o'clock and the match has not begun. Please hold on tight, maybe go grab a snack, get a drink. Now's a great time to maybe go use the bathroom as you figure out what's happening. Production.
Wake up one morning and see your face. I can feel it coming back. These shivers are every day. Whoa, I say it's
Nico's
over,
what?
not a better leave, yeah.
She's filming a TikTok. She's gonna be late.
I got the shivers.
What the fuck?
I would think
Okay.
about you.
This is what it is.
I left, I live without you. I'm on my own again. I got the shivers.
Welcome everyone to Pogchamps 3 presented by Grip 6, and I have finally, as you can see, managed to replace Gotham Chess by a much better commentator, Big Brain Lady. Thank you so much for joining us, Cutie Cinderella.
Hi, I'm excited to be here. Don't tell Levy I took his spot. He doesn't know.
I think he will not notice. He had to go to the dentist, so we are filling in. But I think your sense of humor is much better, and your chess moves too will definitely demonstrate that you're in the right place. Pogchamps 2 participant Cutie Cinderella here to commentate on some of the big clashes of today, including the second match that will involve Ludwig. Cutie, your thoughts on that upcoming match that we announced as the battle for your heart, because CodeMiko said that maybe if she beats Ludwig, she could be perhaps your future date.
True. Miko has had a crush on me for a very long time. I've tried everything to keep her away from me, but I did have to agree to that. So whoever wins that will get dinner with me.
The stakes are high. Let's take a look at the format of the tournament, Pogchamps 3. The players are split into 4 groups. We are still in the group stage, the final clashes of the group stage. There's a double round robin with 10 minutes and a 5-second increment per move. A win in the match is 3 points. In case it's a tie, we're going to go to an Armageddon, and 2 points for the winner, 1 point for the one losing the Armageddon match. Afterwards, the knockout stage will begin. That's coming out in a few days. And a big reminder, of course, on the big prizes. They have some amazing prizes here for the group stage, as well as for the championship bracket and the consolation bracket. And also the fact that many of the players have already offered their prizes in advance to charity. We have a community outreach throughout the tournament. Chess.com is going to match donations up to $100,000. You can use the command !charity in the chat, click on the link in order to donate, and chess.com will match your donations, as well as the participants' prices are matched by chess.com and all go to the 16 charities chosen by the participants. Here are some of the charities chosen. Cutie, did you have any word in which charity Ludwig was going to donate to?
No, he's a big fan of No Kid Hungry. He's done a lot of stuff with them. He is often hungry, so he just wants to help anybody who could be hungry.
That's a great cause to support.
Yeah.
We really appreciate all these amazing creators, streamers, gamers, actors to come together for such a good cause, and also to show us their amazing chess moves. Let's see how the standings are looking so far. In Group A, Sardoche and Benji Fishy are both on 6 points. And Cutie, today they are facing each other. How do you see that match going down today?
I think Benji is scary. I'm scared. I've never been more afraid of a Fortnite kid. And I am often afraid of Fortnite kids. And
what makes him scary?
He's so good. He is so good. And he's like training behind the scenes, and he's been training for like a month. And that's very impressive.
In Group D, we have Ludwig on 3 points, who is playing today against CodeMiko. So if Ludwig wins, he will catch Moist Critical in the first place. Is there a big rivalry between Charlie and Ludwig?
I think it's this weird like big brother complex. Like Ludwig has always had a little bit of a crush on Charlie. And so I guess that's not what you do with your big brother. Typically people don't have crushes on their big brother. I guess we're all different. But anyway, I think it'd be good if he beat him. I think that's all he's looking for. He would like to beat him. He would like to, prove that he is better at chess at least than Charlie.
Makes perfect sense. And that's what Nico said too in her interview, that today is going to be a fight between 100 Thieves and TSM, Nico facing Myth. These are our upcoming clashes. If we bring up the starting times, we are starting the first match a bit later because we had to jump in instead of Mr. Gotham Chess. And Hikaru, we are feeling big boots here, cutie, but I think you are ready for the challenge. I'm not sure if I am.
I think it'll be easy. I think, I think I'm just as good as Hikaru and you're just as funny as Levy. So it should be the same thing.
Thank you. Yeah, no one will notice we are not the same people that they were promised on screen. So we are just moments away from the first game between Nico and Myth. I wonder if we already have Nico with us. We were watching the stream of Myth earlier. He's got some banger music there as his preparation.
I am a little confused where I usually, when I show up to these chess events, I usually have my women GM title. I'm a little confused where it's at. I'm just
exactly. I saw you
thought I
being
earned
very
it,
confused. Of course. Yeah, I think it's just a typo on the layout because they thought that was Levy's spot and he's clearly not the woman grandmaster.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And to everyone, don't worry. I'm here to represent those of us who just can't seem to get better at chess.
That's not true, lady. You have improved so much. I always say whenever I talk about Cutie, you were one of the most impressive participants when it came to Pogchamps too, because you started out as someone who only knew how the pieces move. Then you took a couple of lessons. You started the puzzle grind. You kept on playing also in your spare time, and you improved so much from match to match. You were really one of those participants that made the biggest progress from one match to the next one, and it's only a few days in between matches.
Oh, well, you're nice. I think if you look at these two, there's a slight difference in energy. Is what I've noticed. I've noticed already. I'm curious to see if this will affect their gameplay, just looking at them.
I think Nico is just warming up.
Nico's waking up.
I wonder if she'll be streaming too. I don't see her live yet, so maybe today she will skip streaming. I don't know if you heard Cutie, but she basically took one of the last flights out of Texas. She had no power, no clean water, and that was their condition for a couple of days. Oh, we have the first moves on the board. I think if we refresh the board, hopefully it will show. Or if we click on the list.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Nico playing with the white pieces in this first game, and she has a very unique opening. I don't know if you have heard of this opening, Cutie. It's called the bird's opening when you push the F pawn at the very start to F4. She's playing so
They're
fast.
Playing fast. Holy moly.
Bullet chess.
They're both playing fast. They're both over the 10-minute mark.
Exactly. I feel like Nico always plays this fast. She said in one of the interviews that she's impatient, so she
understand that.
Needs to make a move and move and move. Well, I wonder about Myth. Why is he not taking a bit longer?
Oh, interesting. That pawn is just no, it's not. Well, we're gonna get used to me calling things incorrectly. So.
No worries, because that's what many of the viewers will be looking at, and it's a great question. Is the E3 pawn hanging? At the moment, not because it's guarded by the C1 bishop. But it's a great setup for Myth. He's the one with less experience here. Nico has played more games than anyone almost in the field, and Myth only started playing chess recently. He finds another strong move, knight to d5, attacking the pawn on e3 that you are looking at. Let's listen in if we can hear his thought process, or he's just very focused. Oh, that's silent for me for now.
Yes. I don't know if he has music or if he's just talking or... I mean, talking in his head. He's clearly not talking. He is not talking. We know that.
His brain cells are talking to each other. Yes, we normally have Myth with some background music, amazing beats, but today he went on full silence, not talking, extremely focused. Drops the bishop back to d6. His piece setup is looking nice, but some of the pieces are unprotected. The d5 knight and the f5 bishop are unprotected, and Nico is trying to take advantage of it. Oh, he said a word. Dark?
We can just guess it. Let's
Mean?
just we can just guess. We can guess his words. I think he said cereal and he's just really hungry and he knew if he ate today he'd be fine. I understand,
Yeah.
Myth. We're all with you.
It could be the case. Cookies coming up next. Knight to c3, good move by Nico, developing the knight. They keep playing really fast chess. Rook to 8 is another good move. I wonder though if Nico will find a way to attack the f5 bishop, and so she does it. The knight jumps, but it's the rook that is attacking the bishop on f5. Will Myth see it? Do you think that he notices that even though it's a knight move, the bishop too is in danger because of the rook of Nico?
I don't think he'll realize. I think he is going to move the knight. Yep. Just like that.
About to take on e5, which is all right for now since he has captured a piece, but
if he moves that rook, then well, she's good. She can take.
I don't mind that.
Oh, she missed it. I think. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was seeing it with a bit of a time difference. She hasn't noticed yet that the bishop on f5 is hanging. The rook could take it. She's attacking the rook on a8, but now if the rook moves, that will attack the bishop on b7.
Do I want the queen trade? I don't know if I want
queen trade or not. Myth, what do you think? He moves the rook. That's a good move. Now both bishops are hanging.
And queen trade. We love one of those.
Which
Nico?
rook will he take back with?
Why?
Oh, interesting.
No. Oh no, Nico didn't spot the hanging
dude, it's
bishop.
gonna be trade fiesta
nor
this
that
game.
her bishop is hanging.
Wait, I have a free check.
Ooh.
Right?
Oh, they both just have some bishops out there living their best life.
Bishop to d4 check by Myth is a really strong move because
Wait
now
a second.
he could take the
Did I just
bishop of
win?
Nico for free. Yes, Myth.
Hey, it's checkmate.
Checkmate? Maybe not checkmate just yet, but the bishop is hanging. Oh!
You can't do anything, right? Hey.
He
There
thought that the
it
bishop
is.
was giving checkmate.
Oh, wait,
the bishop.
I'm so dumb.
Oh no! The bishop of Nico was dead, but now it says the king.
Uh-oh.
The realization that two of white's
It's not
pieces
bad. Wait, I
regarding the
He had no clue.
Checkmate.
Now I wonder, would it be a good move to bring the bishop on f4 up to c7 and do a little bit of a, is that a fork?
Absolutely,
With the
that
two
would be
rooks?
a great move, Cutie. You're right that the bishop could capture the pawn and attack both rooks. I wonder if Nico will spot it after a potential trade on e4. Myth could take the bishop on e4 or try to take on c3 as well. There's still quite many options for him as well to try to mix things up.
Oh no, I should have just taken that from there.
Oh, okay. So he stops that.
He did stop it and is attacking the e4 bishop now with two of his pieces, as well as the bishop on d4 could capture on c3. So, oh, Nico didn't see that it's not enough to bring the rook in. Because there's a thing called remove the defender, that if Myth realizes that his bishop can capture the knight, then the e4 bishop will not have enough defending pieces.
Do you think that's something that Myth will see right now? I don't think he will.
It's quite complex because you need to first discover that as of now the bishop on e4 is fine, but the only reason why it's fine is because the knight is helping. He didn't see it. But even like this, his move is quite a tricky one. He captures that pawn which was defending the knight, and if the knight moves away, the bishop is still in trouble. This is still challenging. Nico made a move that hangs the bishop on e4. But now, will Miss see it?
I think Nico's goal is really just to get that c7 pawn. I don't know where else she's going with that. Uh-oh.
Yeah, the bishop is gone now, so it's equal material. From a piece up now, Myth has taken the bishop and is up a pawn, threatening knight to f2 check, among other options. this was a great move by Myth because he also could have captured the bishop with the rook, but then the rook would have been in trouble after knight takes knight. I don't know if we can show that position for a moment. Cutie, if you go back one move before Myth took on e4, let me know if... Yes, so if rook takes bishop, if the black rook takes the bishop on e4, there's an intermediate move for white. Knight captures knight, and that undermines the defense of the rook with a check.
That's lovely. Look at that.
He didn't fall for it. He took with the knight on e4. He didn't fall for this. And now the game is wide open. It could be anyone's game.
Oh,
Don't worry. I do this all the time.
We want to recap anyway. I think it was good. This is what you missed, you guys. In case you were sad. We're just going to skip to where they are, though, because you've seen it. It's very cool.
Yes. It's really cool. This is the current position. And wait a second. Knight f6? No. Okay. No. Oh, we need to...
go back.
Do you see where the moves are? So we are still in our analysis, and
right.
There should be a button for that's like a refresh button.
There it is. Yes, there we go.
Yeah,
great.
So this is the current position, and Nico has played bishop to e3. I wonder if you click refresh again, will it show that she has made one more move? Our board decided to give up on us for a moment, so we will refresh. Yeah, amazing.
There we go.
This is now the current position. Thank you, Cutie, for helping me out there. Bishop to e3 and bishop to e5. What do you predict for this game that's been wild? Roller coaster, Nico winning a piece, then Myth winning it back a few moves later, tactics here and there. What would be your prediction?
I think Nico's going to take this in the end, but this is just a bit of a tricky situation right now.
It's very tricky. Nico definitely has a lot more experience than Myth, as we were pointing out. She played more games than most participants combined. She has been playing chess for years already. Before it was even cool. She's the OG, actually.
I didn't know that. That. How long has she been playing? Like, when did she start chess? Has she ever said?
I think her Chess.com account was created back in 2018 or 2019.
Wow.
Yeah, she discovered chess before it was cool to play chess.
I think it's not auto updating for us.
Really? Bishop to a... Yeah, bishop takes a7. I think we are up to date.
Okay, we're good.
I hope it will keep showing the moves. Finally, we have reached a stage where both players started spending a bit more time. The opening phase was an absolute bullet game where both of them were blitzing out the moves. Now, Myth is down to 5 minutes. Nico's still on 7.5. And now after capturing the pawn on a7, she has a passed pawn. That a3 pawn could be a potential queen, but it's still very far from promotion. The evaluation bar has jumped, but I don't think this is obvious what's going on. The knight is now on a square that is disconnecting the black bishop from
that pawn. Yep.
Oh,
there's that pawn.
She
I
spotted
know Nico's been staring at that pawn for the last few moves.
True. Ever since you mentioned that she had that bishop capture with the rooks hanging, I think she has seen it too. Now this is tough for Myth because suddenly he is down a pawn. He was up a pawn, and the past 2 moves, he lost 2 pawns.
He's got to move this rook now.
Where do you think he will move it? There aren't too many good squares.
Right above.
But he forgets that rook was guarding the bishop on e5. And Nico takes it.
Good job, Nico.
Excellent. That was an interesting gesture there by Nico. Now, Myth could take the knight on c7, and it's not back rank checkmate because of the knight on d6. It could look like it's checkmate, and I wonder if Nico will try to give checkmate.
You are Nico's coach, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
One of her coaches, the Bottas sisters, and me.
You know what happens if she loses, Anna? It's your fault. That's how it works. That's what happens. If she loses, it's all the coach's fault every time.
Well, I hope she keeps going strong in that case. I hope she keeps going strong. Bishop c5, I love. It attacks the knight on d6, so she's now again up a piece. But knight takes c4 now. The c7 knight is hanging and the rook. She trades.
There we go.
That's a great
Will he
move
take
again.
it?
I hope he does, because if he just moves the king, the rook will be captured for free. So Myth shouldn't give up more material. He takes.
He
And
could
after
have
knight
just
takes-
gone down and taken that knight, correct?
He should have taken it before, yes.
Yeah.
He had that opportunity. That was a missed opportunity. This should be now simple to convert. If it wasn't for that knight on e8 being a bit lost and bit apart from the rest of the crew, knight to d2 attacking the rook. Oh, that's a nice one, because Nico is pinning the knight, so it cannot go wherever it wants to. The rook on b2 would be hanging. 4 minutes left for Myth.
And
the
7 minutes for
position-
Nico. She's amazing at time.
Yeah, she's very fast. Really a speedy player. I think she's one of the few who will not have an issue to adjust to a tiebreaker when it comes to Armageddon or the Blitz tiebreaker in the knockout stage. What was it like for you, Cutie, the time control? You played the previous event that I think was still 15 minutes, the starting time, but some of the tiebreakers would be Blitz or Armageddon. Did you find it difficult to adjust to Rapid and Blitz?
No, I liked it. I liked going fast. I think chess is a hard game because you have to be insanely patient. Oh, we see a knight fork.
There could be options with the knight. At the same time, Nico is pushing the pass pawn. I think that's a very good practical decision. In endgames, pawns become even more valuable, a lot more valuable than how they are actually in the beginning of the game, because you can push them to the end of the board, and that's what she's doing. She literally is just pushing it all the way, marching toward the back rank to promote. Can miss
This should be easy for her. I don't think, I mean, he could just move his rook over, right? And just get rid of the pawn.
Yes, you are right.
But then lose his
moves.
knight.
Excellent. Yeah, the thought process, that the right one. That's exactly the right one, because you need to try to stop the pawn with the rook, but then the knight will be in trouble. So that's why this rook move by Nico earlier, pinning the knight, was a great decision. And I think she knows it, that now her position. Oh, Myth is attacking both the rook and the bishop, but the rook on b2 was unprotected. Now it's a full rook up for Nico. Oh, poor Myth. He fought very well, but eventually the experience of Nico has decided, I think, some of the most critical moments. When everything was hanging, Nico kept her cool and calculated better.
And I am going to take, everyone's mad at me because I pointed out that fork from chat, but I am going to listen to chat because I'm here to represent chat. So if I look stupid, it's because you guys look stupider. And yeah, I just use stupider. And I know that's not a word, but I want to look as dumb as you guys. Okay. And that's the goal here. It's embarrassing, isn't it? Yeah. Sorry to hear it. Okay. So looking at this, Nico still has 7 whole minutes. I don't understand how she's so fast. Is Anna? Great, perfect. This is awesome. Anna looks lovely. And I'm totally cut out for this, and you guys are enjoying yourselves, and we're having a good time. And Nico is gonna take this W. She's just gonna ladder mate any second now. Myth is gonna fight it. At this point, this is when everyone in chat spams very toxically and they tell you to resign. But Nico's got it. That feels good. And Myth is taking his loss well, it looks like. He's gonna review the game. And we're just gonna take a quick break before the next match.
That's not worth. I don't want to get sniped right now.
Yeah, it's fine.
Get in. I don't think we go.
We're playing another team. You just get in easily.
Oh.
Just box up, box up. Get sniping at us.
Okay, yeah, cover the kids on the left. They sniped at me.
We're in there.
Oh, sniping.
Oh, yeah, I'm chilling.
Watch out, watch out. I still have so much match.
I'm not that good at match. We just need to get
I'm
refresh.
2-4-3.
I'm
Yeah,
1-1-3.
4-2-4.
We're getting placed now. Look on the left, maybe. I can maybe RPG them and get them focused. Yeah, I'm gonna RPG them. I can get them focused.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Watch out.
Look at it, it's in the
Snipers. Sniper.
You're in a hard space though.
Yeah.
Watch out, watch out.
Yeah.
Then the biggest werf.
Yeah, leave it.
Anyone have bouncers?
It's
Oh,
so hard, grief.
No.
Yeah, free bouncer. Yeah, I dropped 2.
that's fine.
No, it's just bounce all the way out, I think.
Oh.
Be really careful of that team there. The team ahead. Bouncer.
We're gonna be like below this team on pull though.
Those kids just bounced it.
I think just bounce to the right.
Yeah, move.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a floor. I think I bounced it again.
Okay.
Yeah, just go under these shit. Here.
Maybe RPG one down. If you want to get refresh.
Time to try in a second.
No,
They're
it's
still
a full mouth. It's full
bouncing.
mouth.
They're gonna use the bouncer like on west. This one.
Yeah,
Like
I
this
just did
bouncer.
it.
There's gonna be another team. That team landed them.
That's close.
Watch out.
Can you-
I just heard a sniper from where we came from. He might come still. Bouncer?
Oh, that's a team from high. It's just bouncing down.
There's no one coming. We just chill. Did you have one more bouncer?
Yeah, I have one. Here.
You told me. Don't. How much harsh we have?
200 brick for metal.
Yeah, I think we just full tarp and then wait till we have like 140 something.
You this.
I only
Stay
need metal.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm chilling. Then we'll
Still
look for a refresh.
Yeah, we can easily get an inside refresh.
Yeah, we don't even need it yet. I'm still really good on arch, like 700.
Yeah, like Benji and I have the best weapons in the game. Like not
Oh.
maybe.
Yeah, my master, I'm 1-1-3. That's the only problem.
Here,
we're chilling, we're chilling.
take a little bit of wood.
Okay.
It's fine.
We're bounced, right?
Yeah, we have
we
one more
won.
bounce. I think we bounced from your box, and then
We could bounce it and we could go above this. We could go like,
yeah.
but like we could go. I mean, yeah, we could land on it, or we could just keep going. I don't know.
I don't have bouncer though. I only one.
Yeah, I dropped one. Yeah.
Yeah, one.
Okay, I'll just follow you. Just do whatever.
Might be able to drop down like all the way over here, like with one bouncer.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Might get beamed by that though.
Yeah.
We might get hard beamed actually.
Zone.
I'll go. We're chilling. Land on me.
Yeah. Oh, I got. I'm good. Oh my god, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I'm on you.
Yeah. Wait.
You guys on me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look down here. I'm upching. Oh.
I have harpoon.
Crack.
Need to look for the body.
Yeah.
Just spray this out. There's loot somewhere.
Yeah. Get that.
Yeah.
Nice.
I need hard. I need hard.
I can take flooper. It's fake, Benji.
Wait. Yeah. I can drop. I've got a bit. I'm dropping you 400 hard. 400 hard.
I got 300 hearts. Here, I'll just drop it.
Just look for kill.
Play 6. Upching. Oh no. Wait. Dead. Right there.
Nice. Kill him, finish.
We're gonna get sprayed from Mike. We need to drop after this.
I'm kept. I got 0 heart mats from that though. I've kept.
Go down maybe drop.
I got dropped down.
With you, we're together. You get that one. Can you get up?
I'm here.
Yeah.
We need to drop more.
Yeah.
Follow.
Falling.
We need to go one now.
Fully chilling.
I got a match. We're getting split.
I'm holding. Get back. We're getting
Oh, wait,
split.
5 builds.
I
Here we
have
go.
4 builds.
Get it, I'm hitting.
Here.
Box. Dead.
Hey, yeah, somebody build. Two on foot.
Yeah, no mats.
I got beat.
Come.
He's pulling Benji.
Oh, floor. Yeah, go.
I'm pretty here.
Keep going.
I've like a little bit of map.
I need
Yeah, I have metal. I have like 200 metal. Let me build. Need a drop. I'm banned. They're gonna target me. I'm just getting you guys in.
Yeah.
Build all map. Zero
Well,
map.
And we're back. Hey, cutie, how's it going?
Good. Nothing has changed. You saved Chess from their worst nightmare, which was me representing them alone. So happy to have you here, Hess.
I'm going to be honest. I watch you on Chess TV all the time, and you're fantastic. So I don't think
that's so nice.
there's no saving needed.
Just all of the chat's hair. They were just pulling it out.
Well, hopefully we don't got any Mulders now. I'm here. I'm happy to be here. Kitty, you're doing an excellent job. So I think that they were in good hands regardless.
Oh, good. Well, I'm excited to see this match. Nico won the first match with a very cool ladder mate after promoting a pawn. And Myth is in good spirits. Myth is a very competitive person. So I do think an L hurts his soul, but he'll never admit that because he's an optimist.
I have liked to listen in with him and just hearing him cheer himself on. But, you know, you lose a game. How do you turn it around like this? Because it's no fun to, struggle in any match. But how do you pump yourself up?
I have a feeling that Myth's best move here is just to have fun because I don't think he's going to win. And so he might as well have fun taking the L.
Wow. So you have
I'm Team
no
Nico.
faith.
I have no faith.
Okay. Well, I mean, some people in the past during Pogchamps have taken a shot, some liquid courage, right? We've seen that happen. Would you know anything about that? No?
Yes. I'm a heavy drinker, especially before 5 p.m.
Whoa, I wasn't trying to call anybody out here. I'm just saying that some people, they just go with it, and that actually could improve their chess.
Yeah, I think maybe he could try that. I just think the great thing about Myth is look at him. He's still smiling.
Yeah.
And he's watching a chess video that's totally relevant to what? Chess and Fortnite.
Well, what's that board?
It's cool, whatever it is.
I don't want one. Probably really expensive.
This should help him, though. I think it's a Fortnite-themed chessboard.
He seems mesmerized.
Yeah. We'll get him one of those.
He honestly just seems happy.
Yeah, he's a good loser. He's happy even when he loses. And I think that's admirable because I cry when I lose.
Actually?
That's not, yeah. I won't play chess with Ludwig because I'm a bad loser, but he's a bad winner.
That surprises nobody, I imagine. Mm-hmm. And well, I guess we do have the game. I don't know if Myth knows that we have the game. He's kind of just chillaxing.
Myth's board doesn't seem to be loading. Hopefully he refreshes soon. His clock is running.
And Nico just seemed bored. Like, hey, Myth, you want to get this one on the road? The game's canceled. We'll get it up and running in a sec. Oh, gosh.
I do wish I went into games like that.
Just chilled?
Just chill. Just hanging back.
I mean, he seems as relaxed as he gets. And just to remind everybody that while we still have one more game here, we do have 2 more fun matches. We've got Ludwig taking on CodeMiko, Benji Fishy against Sardoche. So, Cutie, any favorites in the other 2 matchups?
I can't speak on Ludwig or CodeMiko because one of them will hate me if I choose any bias. They are both very important to me. And then Benji and I'm so sorry. Ludwig just calls him Sardoche, and I don't know his real name. All I can think of is Sardoche. Sardoche is
Sardoche
correct.
sounds right. Yeah.
Sardoche, yes. He just goes around the house and he's like, can't wait to play Sard. And I'm like, you've got to stop talking like that. But Sardoche. I think Sardoche and Benji are both really, really good, but I'm personally afraid of Fortnite kids. So.
Okay. I don't know about how scary they are, but their chess has been great, those two. And well, we do have central control by Myth and Nico moving quickly. She typically does so.
She
And
plays really fast.
she does. And I wonder, she said before, like sometimes she just feels like she needs to move and that helps her chess. She's gained a lot of rating throughout this Pogchamps. She's up to 872. She started, I think, in the 500s.
Yeah, when I saw how low she was, I was like, wow, Nico sucks. But then, you know, she's gotten so good that now I'm afraid of her. And I'm a big Nico stan.
Okay.
I
So
do the Hey Boomer dance every morning and send it to her. She doesn't reply.
Did you coach her as well? Because I know that you have a coaching pedigree.
I did some coaching with Pokimane and then I retired.
I guess, you know, can't climb any higher than that. So
Yeah.
Okay, one-time thing. And while here, Nico plays b6. She's going for another fianchetto. And Cutie, do you see this often in your games, or is it pretty rare?
This happens a lot. I never see it personally. I just lose my pieces, but it does happen a lot.
Well, Nico is going for an aggressive plan with c5 striking the center, and the engine bar just jumped up here. And it's because white can continue taking space with a pawn push to e5, but it's very natural that Myth would take the pawn. I think that's our first instinct.
Okay, pawn has been taken by Myth.
And now that bar drops. But it's so tricky because when you're playing, you obviously don't have the bar. And even while watching, it may not be clear. But a large reason why is this bishop on e3, normal developing move. This knight can come to g4, and this bishop on g7 is the best piece on the board.
I just think it's fascinating how far ahead you can think, because as you're talking, I'm barely catching up. Chess minds are insane. Can we all agree?
No, I mean, you know, they're okay. And also, you're learning a lot. I have watched your streams. I don't know if I should admit that, but I've watched your streams. You know, you're doing great. You are learning. And last night, for example, I saw you playing. You were beating up on some peeps, and you told a great story. I gotta say, that was a fantastic story.
Is the one I peed in a cup. That was the story. Yeah. Long story, chat. Sometimes you have to pee in a cup. I think I got up to 900 rating, and then I got a lesson from Danya, and I fell back down to 800. I don't know whose fault it is, but it's not mine.
You know, Danya's a good guy, a great coach. I think he will take the blame, as any good coach should.
Yeah.
But I do think you are learning things. And well, Nico, she's striking here with a5. She's pushing all of her pieces forward. And I don't think that Myth has a plan. So actually,
No.
Katie, when you look at this position, what are some ideas that you can see here?
I mean, if I were Myth, I would start moving my knights. His knights need to get out there playing somehow. Am I crazy?
No, but he just lost his bishop for a pawn there. He took there, and the bishop was captured. So I think he just
really sad for him.
Thought it was free and ended up not being the case. So.
Oh, wow. Sorry. I have a rodent in my room making some noise.
Oh my gosh.
Now, the thing about my cat is a big Myth fan. Whenever I watch, and this is not a joke, whenever I watch Myth, nobody else, I'll watch Myth's stream and the cat will come over and just sit and watch. So he's probably really upset that I'm rooting for Nico today, but he loves Myth.
And cats are not always forgiving. So I hope that you don't get scratched too hard later.
No, I think he'll be okay.
Well, I hope so. And for Myth, you know, he hopes that his position will be okay because he dropped a piece for just a pawn, and the position still looks solid for white. But I like what Nico's doing. She's ahead, so she's trying to trade. And if she can just develop her pieces naturally, try to go on the B file, because that's a pawn on B2 that can be under attack. It's hard to see how white, on the other hand, gains some attacking chances.
I think, apparently not a good move. I thought that was a great move by Myth. Apparently not.
The B4 square, not very well defended, but also Nico has more time than she started with.
Nico's amazing with time. It blows my mind.
I mean, she's just too fast. And she honestly, maybe there should be a bullet tournament with all you getting 1 minute on the clock. I think she could win it.
I'm curious if she's ever tried bullet. I'd love to see her bullet games.
Judging by how she plays during this Pogchamps, I think she'd be pretty good. She's playing well. She's playing fast, confidently. And now she's up a piece, and Myth is trying to figure out what to do, how to push forward. But he looks so concentrated.
He's a gamer. He's a gamer by nature. I think Myth should work on his intimidation tactics. He looks too nice.
So what would he have to do?
I think he should, you know, I think he should call Neeko some names. I think he should tweet at her and he should be like, bye, Boomer. I think that's what he should do. And maybe it'll mess her up and she'll lose.
Is it that simple? Bye, Boomer, and then...
Well, I've tried doing stuff like that. It's never worked.
Okay.
But maybe for her. Maybe for her.
And if Myth did turn on that like mean streak, I don't even know if it's possible. Like, I feel like no one would believe it. So
no,
yeah,
no one would believe it. I did have a lesson with Anna where I taught Anna how to talk shit, and it was hilarious. Sweet Anna being mean to chess players is not something you've seen often, but it was awesome. It was great.
Well, I think we could all learn a thing or two from you, not just about being mean to other people, but you know, in many other regards, including chess. You are making progress here. So Black is still up a piece. This king on G1 is in trouble. How do you think that Black should continue this game?
I think that bishop needs to get out of there. It's all tucked in. That's all I think about. Okay. Again, I'm here to represent the normal people in chat, not the brilliant people in chat. But so all I can think about is normal. No, you're not normal.
Wow, that hurts.
Your brain is massive.
Okay.
And it's not fair to the rest of us that are subpar at everything.
Thought we were getting along real well, but now I'm not normal, so.
Still angry about it.
Oh, gosh.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So using your idea, though, to get the bishop out, but could drop the knight on e4.
Yeah, I think we're just going to lose that knight. Well, that's just a trade, I suppose. Correct?
Well, a pawn was taken, and the engine did not like that move. So the big issue, and she just took a knight on c3, is that this king has been out in the open. So actually just a move ago, queen out to b6 check puts this king in a world of hurt. But knight takes c3, you can't complain about that, as she took a piece and she still is up material.
Okay. Nice to be staring at the queen right now.
True. Where would you move that queen?
I mean, I would just trade if I was. Oh.
Does it? She goes queen c8, so she's trying to trade. You're up a bishop and a pawn, so that makes sense, just to liquidate into a simpler position to win. But I think that we missed the big storyline, is that Neeko's under 10 minutes. She's moving too slowly.
Yeah. Neeko's really got to work on her time. I thought she was doing well. I take it all back.
Yeah, I think we're all disappointed in her for the slow pace that she's moving at.
In what world does Myth come back?
I don't know. You tell me. You've played this turn before.
How dare you? How dare you turn that back on me?
I was just trying
to
ask a fantastic commentator her thoughts on how a player can mount a comeback. That's all.
I think Myth could pay someone to get the power turned off at Neeko's house. I think
too soon.
And then oh no, Neeko's not. Oh no, I forgot. Texas, I'm so sorry. I think Neeko just needs to blunder a queen. That's what you always hope for. Let's just blunder a queen and he can come back.
Okay. The problem with that, though, is that she put a rook on d8. So she's doing the great thing. She's trying to trade off the pieces. And at a certain point, white doesn't have much remaining. So there can even be some surprise tactics, or like, hey, you won't see that I'm hitting your queen because the only pieces you have remaining.
So he needs to get that knight out there and try to do something with that, right? That's the only thing.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's pretty stuck in place.
It is really stuck.
I hear a cat.
He is mad because Myth is losing. I told you. He doesn't even want to hang out in here anymore. We'll see. He'll come back.
I hope so. And well, I think it's now time for Neeko to go on the offensive, because this king is open. You are up a bishop and a pawn. Oh.
Okay, I clearly have to let him out. I'm so sorry about him.
No, you're all good. You're all good. The cat's meow strikes again. And honestly, this show just got way worse. Now I'm solo. This hurts to watch for everybody. I'm sorry. Cutie will be right back, I hope. I don't want to be here too. Oh, there she is.
Really
Yes,
fast.
you saved me.
I stream in a closet, so.
You saved me.
Why? What happened?
I mean,
Oh, wow. Look, we got some rooks traded.
we did, but I was alone, and that was unacceptable.
Oh, okay. Yeah, great. Moving. Maybe there's a world where I like to live in, oh, he's in Czech. Yeah.
Yeah, check here, and you got to go somewhere. So king f2, the problem is the king will never find actual safety. The knight can just drop back, and the queen will infiltrate. So I think knight d4 makes sense, and then bring the queen in to f3, and this king is in big, big, big trouble.
Oh, he's gonna attack the knight.
So you think Nico's gonna move her knight? What are the chances she doesn't move the knight and she loses it?
None, 0. Nico's a queen. She
Okay.
knows this.
Okay. I mean, you know her better than I do, and you're her big supporter. She brought her queen in, speaking of queen, and she defended her knight.
There. That's my girl. I knew it. We didn't have any problems with that.
Yeah, so I mean, you're proving your worth as a chess commentator right now.
Yeah, I
you're
can
calling
predict.
You can. So what's next? What's Myth gonna
Now,
do?
well, unfortunately, I think Myth's going to get mated,
Okay.
right? Am I missing something?
Oh, it seems like you're correct, but how would Black go about delivering that checkmate?
This feels like an awful chess lesson, Hess. I know you know, okay? I know you know.
I'm genuine. I was asking a question.
Oh, this was a good move. Love that. Oh, never mind. Okay. Myth is so focused. I've never seen Myth this focused, though.
Yeah, he's locked in right now, and he's trying to figure out how can he save this game, and hovering on that queen. Back to the knight, going from piece to piece. I mean,
This is just such a sad situation. Oh, this is interesting. So maybe bringing this down, taking the knight, trading queens. I think that's a smart move
yeah,
that he's not interested in.
I think you saw his knight is under attack now, so
Right.
that's why he's hopping it around. He's really concentrated.
Yeah, this is safe, though.
Okay, so the queen's under attack. So Nico has to see, and she does, that her queen's under attack. She gives the check, giving up her knight to win Myth's knight. So it's a fair trade, knight for knight. And with the extra material, it seems like Nico is, pushing well on her path to victory.
For as far as Nico is ahead, I think Myth is holding on.
Yeah. And, I mean, she still needs to win the game, right? And her bishop is pinned. The queen is very active for white, so he needs to keep up the pressure. And for Nico, she needs to figure out a way to get that bishop involved.
Imagine this just falls on time.
Okay.
She doesn't get the mate, and Myth just runs out of time. That would be so sad for me.
Why would it be sad for you?
It's just it's not satisfying.
Oh.
I
so
can't be the only one that thinks that.
You need a checkmate is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And Myth has 3+ minutes, so he does have time to make his moves. And he just doesn't have that many pieces remaining. So I guess at a certain point, he can shuffle. And he needs to be careful because now this pawn is under attack in addition to the check.
He's been checked again. Yeah. Interesting. Uh-huh.
And he moves king up. So that was really smart because if this pawn had been captured, let's say you make this move and the pawn's captured, you also lose your queen at the end of the line. So he was smart to make the move that he did, king up, and in comes the queen. So
is Nico just going to keep pinning, trying to get that queen? I think that's what she's going to try to do.
yeah, she gave the check,
Yeah.
so she can just trade queens and then win the end game, bring her king up and then moving her pawns.
In a world where how difficult is just a bishop king check? Is that something that Nico's familiar with?
So there are situations where the bishop will not be enough. So like we trade all the pawns off and there's no only bishop and king versus king, that's a draw. So you need to be able to keep your extra material. And there's some more nuanced things here. If black only has this bishop and this pawn on h7, this actually is a draw if white just puts the king in the corner. But unfortunately, well, she could have taken the pawn f4. She's trading more. This, could be a tricky situation.
This just comes to as soon as she gets a pawn promoted, that's GG.
That would be GG, exactly. And she needs to keep her f pawns, and she just bring her king up to the party. That's the thing. It's an end game. You want your king. Oh, I drew the arrow backwards. You want your king out, up, and going. And so she's going this way. Her king's marching in, and that's the last piece needed.
And she still has 8 minutes on the clock.
Yeah.
Amazing.
She's just too fast. Too strong.
She is our queen. I've said it. I've said it.
So now you're
yes,
okay,
she's yours. She's yours too. We live in this state, you and I, the state of Chess.com, and we decide who our queen is, and it is Nico today.
Okay, and by we decide, you mean?
I decide.
Okay, got it. I just want to make sure we didn't even say in that.
Yes.
Got
Yes.
it.
Absolutely.
Right, cool. We're on the same page.
Chad has decided that you are their queen, though, it seems.
Oh, I'm not deserving of such an honor.
I voted for Nico. Chad voted for Hess. I guess Hess will wear the crown today. He has a little more votes, I suppose.
Well, I guess we have to do a poll to see what they really think, right? That's the only way through.
True, true. Run the numbers.
Yeah, we're data people here. And it's running, this pawn is running, queen is happening. I think Nico has this under control. The only question I have is, will she have more than 10 minutes when the game ends?
I hope so.
Like
I'll be interested to see how many matches has Nico won? This will be her first.
Yeah, so it'll be her first match win.
That'll awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
But be careful not to stalemate. Okay, the king has one move, so it wasn't stalemate. And now the king has some space. But that was actually pretty close. She's making a third queen. She's making a third queen.
I hope so. She's playing with her food.
But be careful not to stalemate. When you have too many queens, you could accidentally allow your opponent to get a stalemate. Just make sure
no
you check.
mercy. No mercy, Nico. I almost said Miko.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
wow,
Freudian
yeah.
slip.
Wow.
No one tell Miko I'm thinking about her.
It's okay. She might shoot off into space.
Yeah.
Mars. Oh, one queen's gone.
That was interesting. Myth was so confused.
Yeah.
He said, what? There it is.
Oh, there it is. There's the finale. 2-0 for Nico. And Myth was just absolutely startled by the queen. Can I take that? He probably shouldn't have taken it. Would have given him better stalemate chance.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, gosh. Well, 2-0 score. Cutie was fun. And I guess we got to go into a break so we can bring the players on for an interview.
Can't wait.
You sound stoked.
I love talking to them. That's my favorite part.
Okay, well then we might as well run there quickly and leave Ludwig for all to watch.
Like a nitro cold brew with sweet cream. And I was like, it's like 150 calories, too many. I was like, I'm just going to get this black coffee with a bit. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm on Chess.com. Okay, Chess.com. I'm telling a story about Starbucks. I'll catch you up. Basically, when I go to Starbucks, I like to get a drink without too many calories. Because if you have liquid calories, it's the easiest way to gain weight. And I am so close to 200 pounds. I'm at 199 pounds. If I hit 200, it's game over. I quit streaming. All right? Which, like, 80 Uber Eats drivers who hate my stream are going to fucking bring me free food. But seriously, I don't want to hit 200. It's a scary number. So when I go to Starbucks, I like to just get, like, a black coffee with a little bit of milk. That's it. That's all I get. It's a simple order. And every time I get it, all I say is, hey, can I get a venti iced coffee with some milk? 2% milk. And they're like, yeah, for sure. Go around, get it. And it's weird to describe, but it's like a good drink. I'm like, damn, I kind of fuck with this drink, you know? And I'm like, I go to these other coffee places, the fancier ones in LA, and I order the same thing and it always tastes worse. And I'm like, I don't know. I really like the milk they use because the sweetness from the milk brings it out. And one time I'm with my roommate, Nick, who's like a coffee savant. He's like a 5-head in coffee, worked at a barista place for like 4 years. And I'm like, yeah, man, dude, you should try this coffee. Like, the sweetness from the milk makes it delicious. And he tries it, and he like recoils. He's like, oh. He's like, that's so sweet. I'm like, yeah, it's the milk. And he looks at me like the biggest fucking idiot to land on planet Earth. And he's like, you think that's the milk? I'm like, yeah, that's the milk. Yeah, because I order a venti iced coffee with a bit of milk. And the milk has a bit of sugar. If you don't know, he might not know this. You know, Nick, milk has there's a little milk. It has a little sugar when it comes from the cow teat. And so he looks at me and he's like, Starbucks automatically puts a pump of sugar syrup in every single drink if you don't ask for it. And so I tested this. The next time I asked for an iced coffee with milk and a pump of syrup, right? Because that's what I like. I go around, I pick it up. The drink is even fucking sweeter, which I don't understand. So there's like 2 drinks. You can get an iced coffee with milk and sugar. And if you ask for that, you get an iced coffee with milk and too much sugar, or you ask for an iced coffee with milk and then you get an iced coffee with milk and sugar, the perfect amount, but you can't say sugar because if you say sugar, they give you too much sugar. So you have to not say sugar to get a pump of sugar. But if you say sugar, you get too many pumps of sugar. And now every time I go through the drive-thru, I ask for an iced coffee with milk, but sometimes then they don't put the sugar in. Anyways, I'm having a very frustrating experience going through the Starbucks drive-thrus trying to get a simple drink because I don't know how to ask for it because if I ask for sugar, it's too much.
I got partner on Twitch this morning. I'm so happy. Thank you for being an inspiration to me. Maybe someday I can be a content god like you.
Hey, man, just give me 50% of all your revenue, and then we'll work together, all right? We'll go for the rice gum deal. The rice gum deal of a lifetime. Appreciate the $5, though. Anyway.
And we're back, joined by the players. Nico, first off, congrats. How does it feel to score your first dub?
It feels good. I really was feeling a little down because I was like, I really did lose to little boy Benji and then a French dude named Sardoche. So I was like, I need to get some kind of win. And luckily Myth was like, hey, I'm going to let Nico win. And I was like, nice.
A silver platter.
On a silver platter, yeah.
Well, Cutie's cat was rooting for you, Myth.
He is Myth, my cat.
Oh my gosh, really?
Would you say hi to my son, please? He's a big fan.
Hello. This
He's
is
a big fan of you.
I lost the battle, but I won the war because Cutie's cat loves me.
He
so
loves your
I'm
stream.
completely fine.
He's the biggest Myth simp in the world.
Let's go. I have one finally.
But I'm the biggest Nico simp, so
nice.
Split household. So she did great today.
Yeah, I mean, Nico, so you were playing really quickly. You just were feeling it today? I mean, what was your mindset going in, taking on Myth in this matchup?
I mean, I wasn't far from Myth's elo rating like 3 weeks ago, and then I just got back into like grinding chess, and I feel like I've already been playing for like over a year, so I kind of already knew what the mindset is at that elo. So I feel like I had like an advantage there. And yeah, so I kind of already was in Myth's shoes not too long ago. So I feel like I already had like an advantage in that sense.
She said that elo. How do you feel about that, Myth? That elo.
Dude, I feel like it wasn't even a battle today then, dude. I stepped into Nico's world. That's what happened today.
Exactly.
I stepped, dude, is anybody here watching Jujutsu Kaisen? She just pulled, she pulled out her realm and engulfed me in it. That's what happened today. I didn't know what I was getting into.
He's right.
That I knew the mental space of that elo. And I came into assault and take advantage of it. Oh my gosh. Ew. Yeah, but I felt it. I mean, it's true.
I mean,
Myth, it was a really good fight, though.
Yeah, and Cutie was saying that if you trash talk, you think maybe it could help your chess. I don't know.
I think you should have, tweeted out talk some shit to Nico. Tell her how bad at video games she is. And she would have not even shown up today at the same mental.
That's true.
Yeah, sure.
That's true. I was hoping for your shit talk, myth.
I'm positive that would have cracked her.
Next time.
Yep, indeed.
And well, I guess the next match you guys both have will be in the consolation bracket. How do you see your chances? Are you thinking that far ahead, or just happy to have this match under your belt? And what's your mindset like?
I mean, I'm really ready to take some more lessons with Anna, and then the other Anna Cramling. She plays also chess, so I'm really looking forward to that. I wasn't able to take any lessons this week because of the Dallas storm, so everything was out, power was out everywhere. Just flew out to California, so I haven't had time to take lessons. But hopefully, it can prepare me for the for that bracket.
Sure. And Myth, you've been working with Maurice, right?
Yeah, I've had 2 sessions with Maurice so far. Yeah, a little bit.
You're gonna get ready for that constellation bracket. It should, you're gonna avoid these Sardoches and the Benji Fishies of the world. So you feeling good about some of your chances there?
Yeah, I hope. I think I definitely have some more work to do overall, but I'm excited. I'm excited to go up against my consolation brother.
The consolation bracket is the fun bracket anyway, okay? The winners bracket, they try too hard. They're so sweaty. You don't want to hang out with those people anyway.
You know what? You're right, cutie.
Yeah.
Bunch of bullies.
I lost the consolation bracket when I was in it, so I can't.
Oh no, you're fine. I mean, listen. I mean, my fate. Listen, I'll be joining you in the Lost Consolation Bracket Club. So.
It's all right. Maybe they'll invite you back next time, because then, underdog story.
Another shot.
That's what you shoot for.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we appreciate you both coming on. It was a great match. We enjoyed it, and best of luck in the consolation match. And keep up the trash talk. I mean, I hope it gets better for you, Myth. And for Nico, congrats on the win.
Thank you, and then GG's, Myth. It was great.
GG's, Nico. Thanks for slaying me out. All right.
Thanks, guys. Oh, that was awesome. And well, cutie, your advice to Myth was to get the trash talk going. I try to spur him on a little bit here. But next we have Ludwig against CodeMiko. Any thoughts, cutie? Any thoughts?
Oh,
at
gosh.
All? Anything?
I'm sure they will handle trash talk by themselves. I don't think I'll need to do any of that. And I don't think I should make any comments on how I want the match to go today. I don't think I should make any verbal comments about that.
Okay, so this is your version of just pleading the fifth. You're going to stay silent. I got you.
I'm not going to say anything. I just, they're both good friends of mine, and I just hope for the best here.
So does CodeMiko have friends? Because AI, how does that work? Not to call you out or anything.
You want to be CodeMiko's friend because you never know what she can do. She's
true.
Terrifying.
So friendship out of fear. That's a great friendship.
Yeah. I did have a lesson with CodeMiko, and I taught her the direction of the knights, and it was very exciting for the two of us.
I'm glad you had that moment. Well, we will have Ludwig taking on CodeMiko next, followed by Benji Fishy and Sardoche. But we'd like to take a moment here to thank Guayaki for supporting Pogchamps this year. As Guayaki celebrates 25 years of regenerative yerba mate, they're sharing cases to celebrate. Spam the Guayaki emote in chat for your chance to win, and we'll be back after the break to start the next match of the day.
QAnon is not... Guys, you need to get over the Dwight Schrute thing. You actually sound like QAnon supporters when you talk about Dwight Schrute throwing every 5 seconds. It is just not factual. Dwight Schrute did not throw. I'm on Chess.com. Okay, can I ask a question, Chess.com? Why are we even streaming this? Is it not against terms of service to stream a fucking massacre? CodeMiko is gonna get her shit pushed in. She's gonna quit the game of chess, okay? It's not gonna be Look, I've heard her bot's better than her. I made it in 8th the other day. What is that move? Okay, let's get a little freaky maybe. Surely he takes. No? Okay. Surely he takes. No? Okay. Surely he takes. Okay. Uh-huh. Let's do maybe one of... Wait. Surely she takes. Why? Why? Why would that be the move? Even a 6... What is wrong with you guys? You did her so dirty. Okay. Okay. All right. I was nervous. Oh my God. Oh no, I'm gonna lose. Wait. Why? 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 I don't get it. Okay, let's do a classy bishop out, attacking the queen. Protected. Protected was my last word.
I worked at Starbucks for 5 years.
Yeah.
You have to say the exact number of pumps you want. Each size comes with a set number of pumps and it's always too much.
No, fuck Starbucks.
Also, chat.
They should tell you they put sugar in their drinks.
Bad for you.
They should tell you they put sugar in their drinks. People in America believe in QAnon. They're not smart enough to recognize there's sugar in drinks, and they're just having too many calories. It should be against the law. How does this game end? Like this? I don't even know how to find a checkmate here. Here? I don't know how to mate. I might not be able to win this game. If I lose to CodeMiko's bot, I'm going to feel real bad about myself. Check. Check. Oh my God. Okay. All right. I don't even know what I'm doing, but that worked out. What does your shirt say? I don't want to show. I don't want to show you guys. Cutie made me wear it. I'm not going to show you the shirt. Cutie made me wear it. I don't want to wear it. Fine. It's stupid. It's stupid. I hate it. I didn't want to wear it today. She made me wear it. It's because I didn't have any clothes clean. It's a dumb shirt. I like the color. It's a pretty color. All right. Chat, let's do a bet. Not a poll on whether I beat CodeMiko. A prediction over under 20 moves. We'll do 20.5 moves. I don't think CodeMiko will win, but I think she could easily go over. I think under 20 is really hard to find a mate. But I think it's a better prediction. It's closer to 50-50 rather than just doing a 95 poll.
This is only the beginning.
Hey, me again. Luscious Larry, leather belts, sweaty, heavy, bulky, leather. Wow.
Mom, wait! Don't kiss him. I'm your son. I'm here from the future. If you kiss him, I won't exist. So please.
Hey, I love your belt. Is that what you wear in the future? Rad!
Totally. What? My Grip 6 belt? I know, right? I love this. No flailing flaps, bulging buckles, or hideous holes. And with a lifetime guarantee, you really can't go... Mother!
Whoa!
And Pogchamps 3 presented by Grip 6. Grip 6 belts are unlike any belt you've ever had. They're comfortable and don't pinch your gut. With a lifetime warranty, it will be the last belt you ever buy. Check them out at go.chess.com/grip6. And Cutie, we have a great lineup of players. You know them better than I do. Ludwig, CodeMiko coming up next, but any players you just want to talk about? We got some time.
Yeah, let's leak all of their secrets, actually. Pokimane, something about her. She actually loves putting peanut butter between her toes and walking on the beach. It's her favorite thing. That's a serious thing. Ludwig has worn the same dirty sweatpants for the past 4 days. That he spilled hot sauce on, and he won't change them.
Well, the most important question is what kind of hot sauce?
I don't know, but that one's actually true. The other one is not. But I can leak more secrets if you would like.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to hear them, but I guess I'm also happy to talk about how there's a lot of money and awareness being raised throughout the Pogchamps here. You know, we are here, lots of community outreach. Chess.com is willing to match up to $100,000 of the viewing community's donations during the event, and they were giving to the participants preferred nonprofit organizations in the splits you see in front of you. And the players, they've all chosen their organizations. Well, I shouldn't say all because I still see 2 TBAs.
TBAs means to the bank account. That's what that means.
Did you just come up with that, or is that
I stole it from chat. Chat is funny sometimes when they try hard.
Okay, gotcha. Well, I found it funny. I thought it was you, so now you're too honest. I would have given you full credit.
Shoot. Next time. It's okay, because I think Sardoche and XQC they'll choose a charity at some point, we think. There's a lot of pressure. Now it'd be weird if they didn't.
Yeah, although I thought you were going to say, when you led with Sardoche, that he might be the champion, and he has a tough matchup today, but he's looked great. His reign's almost 1,400.
I think it's going to be Benji. I think Benji's going to win that match later today.
Why is that? Is it because Nico called him little Benji boy child?
Little Benji boy. He is the champion in all of us. He represents all of us if we were good at video games as a child, and none of us were. And that's why we're unsuccessful and poor, right, chat?
Well, Benji's been putting a lot of hard work in. I've seen him streaming with Grandmaster Jan Ludwig Hammer, taking lessons. He's clearly improving. And Sardoche as well, with Nemo, I believe one of the world's best players, Maxime Vachier-Lagrave, is giving him lessons. The French community is coming in strong for Sardoche.
That'll be a fun game to watch and totally understand what is going on. I think this next match with Ludwig and Miko, though, will just be an absolute. I'm going to feel bad for Miko.
Wow. See, you have that much
I have to
faith
say
in
it. I don't have that much faith in Ludwig. I just have that little faith in Miko. I played some games with Miko, and Chess requires a certain amount of attention span that I thought I didn't have, but Miko really doesn't have.
So the bot doesn't have an attention span. That's worrisome for all of us. You know.
Yeah. But she will look cute doing it, and I know that. And sometimes that's half the battle.
And well, what about Ludwig then?
Well, I don't know if he has changed his pants. If he has changed his pants, then maybe there's hope. But otherwise, we don't know about that look cute doing it.
Got it. Well, until that moment, I guess you're a CodeMiko stand. That makes sense. And we do also have great matchups ahead tomorrow. So for those of you who will be back, it's the weekend. You got nothing better to do, let's be honest.
True.
Pokimane taking on Rubius. Daniel Negreanu taking on XQC. Those are the Group B matchups. And then in Group C, we have Rain Wilson versus Logic. And those two have both been very impressive as they've won their first two matches.
That is the craziest thing. How did we get Logic and Rain Wilson in the same room?
They were asked and they like chess. I feel
Tell me how much money Chess.com had to switch. You tell me. I keep doing stuff for free for Chess.com. You leak it. Leak it now.
Anybody who's listening to Chess.com streams, they know that Danny doesn't pay me. So
oh my gosh, this is insane. You know what? Let's revolt. Let's say nothing.
So you want to sit here in silence? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, until they pay us. Okay. That's right. Yeah. Now what?
You're still talking. I feel like you made it awkward. I was ready to sit in silence, but then you started talking again. And
all right, guys, fine. You don't need to pay us, but you should donate to charity today.
That's true.
Because all donations go to charity, right?
And Chess.com matching up to $100,000 in donations going to charity. It's certainly a good cause. And well, Cutie, I don't know how else to preview this matchup between Ludwig and CodeMiko. I think we're all pretty pumped for it. So why don't we take a short break? And then when we return, we'll be ready for the games to begin.
I'm excited.
Song goes so hard. Are we starting soon? CodeMiko, I'm gonna go E4, F3 with my knight. D4. Letting you know right now. And if you go black, I'm mirroring everything you do for 10 moves. Pre-move? No, the only thing I steal from Charlie is the rest of his content. French fry tier list coming soon. I changed my pants. I took a shower today. My hair's wet still. I worked out. Wait, Chess.com's watching right now still? Hi, sweetie. How's it going? Hope you cheer me on in my match. I love you.
And as per usual, Cutie, I didn't listen to a word that Lud had to say. How is he sounding?
No. How's he sounding? Well, typically cocky, overconfident, and full of shit. That's usually how he's sounding, but I don't know how he's sounding today. I haven't listened either. So
Gotcha. Expectations are high, clearly. For
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. And I wonder how CodeMiko is feeling, because after the match against Charlie was saying, hey, you can crush Ludwig. That bot, that's better than he is. And there's just a little bit of friendly rivalry between Moist Critical and Ludwig. And of course, they're meeting in their final match of the group stage.
I'm nervous about that because if Ludwig wins, if Ludwig loses, he's going to be a menace to deal with. And if he wins, he's going to be a menace to deal with. Like, either way.
So if you think about it, there's nothing to be nervous about because it's the same result.
Yeah. So I'm just going to need to go somewhere that day. Regardless, I just don't want to hang out with him.
Got it. Well, I heard there's a good ice cream place that's in Disneyland that you might think about going to.
Yeah. Salt and Straw. Has anyone's ever heard of it? It is so busy all the time. And I recommend them. And you want to wait 8 hours.
Yeah, sounds fair. And we do have a pretty breaking announcement, which is exciting, that in addition to the 3 matches we highlighted tomorrow, we will also see Pokimane take on XQC. So lots of chess tomorrow. 4 matches. It's going to be a really exciting day.
I'm excited. I love watching Poki play. I love watching Poki do anything.
Sounds like you're a fan.
I'm a big Poki fan. I've been a big Poki fan.
Got it. And you were her first chess coach.
I was her first chess coach. I got that lesson by telling her that I could pencil her in after I gave a lesson to Hikaru and Agatomator. I said, maybe I can squeeze you in. Let me know if you have time yourself. And she said, wow, I would love if you could make some time for me. And I said, of course. And I cleared my schedule just for her.
You're just such a generous soul.
Mm-hmm. And it got really awkward when she would ask me questions. What should I do now? Oh, they already started. They jumped in.
Yeah, but she could have used your advice before this situation happened, because in the Petrov, after e4, the knight hits the pawn. Taking it, you should not take back. You need to kick the knight first before you take this pawn, because of this exact sequence. If the knight moves out of the way, then white will have a discovery. So if the knight goes to f6, this knight moves, it's check on the king, and knight c6 picks up the queen, and you can't block. That would be a loss there. Uh-oh.
Nico looks slightly confused.
And
Miko's yelling.
Oh gosh. Just
God.
feeling out of sorts. And I don't know what to say. Is Miko okay?
Miko's dealing with this on an existential level.
And well, Ludwig's thinking.
Ludwig almost looks frozen. He's thinking so hard right now.
Interesting move,
And
sir.
well, if Ludwig is frozen, you know something is wrong,
pieces.
because usually a very talkative lad. And look at this. Ludwig played pawn to d3, and that's a knight. So Nico brings the bishop out to defend the square, but Ludwig takes a knight for the cost of just a pawn.
I don't think Miko is at the point where she understands point values. We talked about it, and she kind of hit me with the blah, 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 which I understand.
I feel like that's the first thing a bot should know how to do, is quick counting. Isn't that what we use calculators and everything for? No. That's not
She's
really
a unique bot.
Got it. And well, Ludwig's bopping his head. So I think he feels pretty good. There's a checkmate in 1 threat on the f7 pawn. You think
Miko will not see this.
No?
No.
Uh-oh.
She will probably bring out a knight or a pawn. I don't think she will see the checkmate.
And sometimes we forget that it's not just the pawn that's under attack. So if you push the pawn thinking it's under attack, the queen still goes to that very square. That's an easy thing to make a mistake about, because you think the queen's capturing the pawn, but no, it's trying to go there with checkmate. That's the bigger thing in the position.
I mean, she's, yeah.
Oh. And it's game 1.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's okay. It happens. It's okay. The issue is right now, I guarantee Miko's like, how is that check? And she's looking for it.
and I'm listening to Lud's music.
Hey! Still better than XQC.
Bad winner. Bad winner, Ludwig is. Bad winner. He does this even when we're in the living room. This is not new.
Yeah, I mean, Ludwig is the far more experienced player. And by the way, I just want to give a shout out to I'm Gumby Gambit for a $100 donation. It's very generous. And, well, Ludwig kind of looked like Gumby out there. And I know that there's a Gumby costume too, right?
He does have a Gumby costume. Ludwig has a Gumby costume. He bought it and then followed it up with Gumby is attractive or something like that. And I was very confused because I've never thought that myself.
So maybe that donation was from Ludwig.
Yeah. But if you've ever had a crush on a cartoon character as a child who was, no, you just hit me with a no. You don't think Lola Bunny was hot?
Like in Space Jam?
Yeah.
I mean, no, but I mean, I guess for some people.
Wow.
No,
What about Jessica Rabbit?
Also gonna have to pass.
What? Simba?
I mean, you know, we're doing all right. Now we're getting better. But yeah.
You learn a lot about people. You ask them if they like, if they're more of a Simba or a Kovu, a Mufasa or a Scar, you know?
So which am I, Mufasa or Scar?
Well, which one are you attracted to? That's the question.
Oh, attracted? I thought you were calling me one or the other.
No.
Got it. Neither? Can I go with that, or do I have to choose one?
You have to choose.
Oh. Well then, Scar. Right?
Perfect.
Yeah, right?
Wow. This is a lot. Now we've learned a lot. This is very exciting for you and for your father who is watching this.
Yeah, you know, he's a fan of yours. It's not necessarily mine, but yeah, that I forgot about that. That makes us a little more awkward.
Well, we were hoping to do this. But besides Gumby being attractive, Miko seems to be handling this loss well and saying that she doesn't even like chess.
Wow, that's a familiar feeling for all chess players. That's how you know that Miko's a true chess player. That reaction.
I think it's a fair reaction. Anybody who spends time on a game and wants to do better, when you lose it, sometimes you just say you hate it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fair.
You care. It hurts because you care. And well, CodeMiko has been in tears in previous matchups, but we'll see how CodeMiko's feeling. We're going to take a break, and when we return, we'll be back for the second part of this match of Pogchamps 3, presented by Group 6.
Look, guys, we're learning chess. We're learning chess, everybody. Oh, I see. Are we playing the next game? Take Chess.com. Hey, you can turn off emote only now. We only do emote only when the chess is when we're playing a game. Does that make sense? Mods? When we're playing the game, we do emote only. When we're not playing the game, we don't do emote. Freedom, hi. Hey, everybody. Let technician play. No! It is I! Oh, man. Hey, thank you so much, Night Source, for gifting 5 tier 1 subs. Okay, how about this? I will play slower. I'll play slower. And I'll try to think. I'll try to think before I make moves. How's that? Yeah, I'll try to use my brain. Thank you so much for giving 5 tier 1 subs to community. I'll make some announcements while we wait, guys. So, everybody, if you have not already, subscribe to my YouTube channel, for we are going to...
And we return getting ready for the second game of the match between Ludwig and CodeMiko. And just want to give a quick chess pointer out here. So in the opening, after e4, e5, knight f3, this pawn is under attack. So typically black brings the knight out to c6 because the knight on c6 protects the pawn e5. Instead, CodeMiko plays what's known as the Petrov defense. It's a perfectly reasonable move. It's played by some of the best players in the world. But after knight takes e5, you need to know that taking on e4 is not good because of exactly what Ludwig did of lining up the queen against the enemy king. So d6 is necessary so that when the knight retreats and the knight captures on e4, after queen e2, black can interpose with the queen, and that way you save the material. So just a little quick chess opening run through. And what is Ludwig doing?
Thank you for explaining that. I was going to do it, but I'm happy you did it. Ludwig's probably singing a song.
Yeah, well, I wanted to take that off your plate.
Mm-hmm. He does. I told you, bad winner. He is a bad winner.
Yeah.
He destroys her in what was that? 8 moves, 6 moves?
It was 8 moves.
8 moves. Destroys her in 8 moves and then goes and celebrates.
Ball Clouder Riot. Look. Very simply, I'm trying to take this tournament seriously. And, you know.
I also can't believe he's wearing that shirt.
To be
For the record, I did not
might think I'm better than my
pick out
competitor.
that shirt. Stream picked out that
ass.
shirt. It's a stupid shirt.
So I'll take even the games where I'm so assured to win as seriously as I can and put them in the fucking dirt.
He said you forced him to wear it. I've been asking him to change his pants for the last 3 days. I can't make him do anything. That's not...
You know,
it's crazy.
It's that work from home loungewear. You know, he can just chill in the same sweatpants for...
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh. My freaking awesome girlfriend. I can't read all the fine print, but that's...
She's a bit crazy. She has anger issues, but she's a perfect mixture of sweetheart and warrior. I love her so much. She's my life. Flirt with me and you'll be dead or something like that.
Have you put that to memory or did you just read that very quickly?
Okay, I made the shirt. I wrote it.
Oh, okay. Got it.
I'm just kidding. It's from Amazon. I just read it really quickly.
Oh, I could barely see it. I just saw the really large print and that's about it. All right,
And they're off.
Yeah, see, Ludwig puts a knight in c6 to protect the pawn e5. So now we'll see if CodeMiko goes for bishop c4, the Italian game, and yes, she does, staring at the pawn on f7 potentially for attack. But I think Ludwig, his experience here, he knows how to handle this.
Miko said she was going to use her brain this game, is what she learned from the last game. She said, I'm going to use my brain this game.
A weird thing to hear from a bot.
Yeah.
Brain, bot really don't go hand in hand together so well.
But I think it's working. This new tactic is working.
And Lud seems hyped. He seems really into this position, but he hasn't moved. What does this Lud face say to you?
He's telling a story. He's telling a story about the fried liver or something like that.
It'll be so fun, and you make money for charity, and you play, like, it'll take like an hour of your time, and that's how they pitch it, because they just want big streamers and YouTubers to come on.
He's just playing with his food.
You think they says to Mr. Beast, yo, you're gonna come on this tournament, you're probably gonna get fucking rolled by people unless you put in like 50 hours a week? No! They're like, bro, hour and a half tops, all right? And so a lot of people come on and they get fucking rolled and they don't realize that everyone might be taking this tournament seriously because they weren't so upfront about that, because at the end of the day, Chess.com's motive is to get more attention to chess and their website, which is done by getting big people on. But big people don't always have the time, but they're big for a reason. It's because they put time in other things.
Please play the chess game.
Don't be too hard on contestants who aren't able to put as much time as like Hafu into chess. It is not a flaw or a mistake. It is just because they don't really know what they're signing up for. And, you know, it can make for funny matches, but I worry sometimes about the competitors who have signed up because, you know, it seems like a fun thing to do, and then they get fucking destroyed for not putting in 20 hours a week into a game that they didn't think they had to, that they didn't think they might have had to. They thought they'd just do a few fun coaching lessons or whatever. Anyway, what the hell is even that?
See, that's what I think. I think Pogchamps should be just fun. And it's not our fault that Ludwig is so sweaty and he tries so hard, okay?
Does he
Some
try
of us,
hard?
yes. He plays chess every single night on an alt account. He has an alt chess account. Not this Ludwig Ogren one. He literally
Whoa.
has an alt chess account.
Don't spill his secrets.
I'm going to, because Nico just wants to have fun.
But why can't you have fun and try hard at the same time? No? Not
No,
a thing? No?
absolutely
Okay.
not.
Okay, I'm just trying to, you know, stick up for Lud Skywalker over here.
No. I just think, you know, some of us, we just want to have fun. We just want to have a good time. Myth is one of them. You know, maybe I'm just defending being bad.
Whoa, come on. Don't be so hard on yourself. You improved so much during Pog 2.
Well, yeah, well, I didn't get invited back to Pog 3, so.
It wasn't my decision. Of course, you would have
super
been
rude of you, Hess.
Me?
I
What did I
asked.
do? You didn't ask me. No, we didn't have a conversation about this.
They told me I didn't have 500,000 subs on YouTube, so they wouldn't invite me back.
Oh, well, I don't even have a YouTube page, so.
Then they told me they'd invite me to commentary, so I wouldn't call them sexist again. And I said, okay.
Okay, well, now you're here. Now
Fair
we're having a
trade.
good time.
Won't call you sexist, Twitch. I mean, Chess. I'll still call Twitch sexist.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Freudian slip. My bad.
Oh, gosh. And, well, Ludwig looking more serious. He's biting his nails. So he's focused. He put his knight on g4, going for an attack. But I think he knows better than to take on f2. A lot of people would be tempted into that because after knight takes f2, it looks like you're hurting the white king. But in this trade, white gets 2 minor pieces for a rook and a pawn, and the king isn't actually that unsafe. It can quickly drop back. And black
Danya taught me that, actually, only like 3 weeks ago. And so I always let them do it. And it's my favorite trick.
It's a good one to keep in mind. And well, Ludwig does not take on f2. Instead, he plays knight d4, and he is trying to remove this knight from f3 so that his queen can go out to h4 and cause some problems for the
I see. Yeah, he is tricky. That's definitely what he's doing. You spend a lot of time with Ludwig. Hess doesn't want you guys to know, but they spend a lot of time off stream together. It's getting a little weird.
I mean, I don't know what's weird about it. You're making it weird.
Do you want to talk about your relationship
My relationship?
with Ludwig
You mean that we just casually play chess sometimes and hang out?
every day?
It's not every day.
Well,
in fact, was it today? No, because I was going to do some chess with him before his match, but here I am hanging out with you. I chose you over him. How does that feel?
he's still right here.
No, but he's not really here. You know, you're the one letting him get between this fun time.
All right. Well, he hasn't, or the knight did wait. So he's still blocked off. Wait, he blocked himself off with that knight, right?
Yeah, because CodeMiko put the pawn to attack the knight, and Ludwig just retreated the knight. And something that was really smart that happened here is that black is ready to play pawn c6, because that bishop, while it looks strong with the pawns protecting it, it actually doesn't have any scores to go to. So c6 is about to happen, and Ludwig's about to trap that bishop. Well, he needs to take care of his king first, and so he protected the f7 pawn with the castle.
Great. That bishop is locked in there.
Yes, and I think that CodeMiko might have to take on f7 at some point because that bishop is stuck. And Ludwig actually missed the tactic. So this knight is not defended by anything. So if the knight on f6 were to hop out the way, this queen could go ahead and win it. So even a move ago, knight takes bishop after the capture happens on the d5 square, this knight can be taken back. So Ludwig,
oh, wow.
he missed something.
Ugh, he's embarrassing.
He is wearing the same set of sweatpants for the third day.
Yeah, for the past 3 days. That have a gross stain on them.
So D3 played, trying to get the bishop out. Ludwig quickly plays C6, and CodeMiko has nothing better to do than take on F7.
That's a trade. If I move this here.
This is the most concentrated.
Oh no, that's bad. That's bad.
I've ever heard her.
Okay, that's fine. You know what? That's fine. I'm gonna go for I'm just going to keep developing like this.
Idea.
I understand that will happen. He just took my bishop, right? So then maybe I'll take took my bishop. That's okay. It's okay. It's fine.
Oh, she's not gonna take one of those pawns.
Maybe I can go.
She should, but she's trying to figure out a way to get active here.
I'll just take this.
There she goes.
It's fine.
Well done.
And then
She's very pensive. She's really thinking hard here.
She's really thinking out her moves here. She's down a minute on Ludwig, and he's going fast. He's having no mercy.
As soon as you said that, she just curses out of nowhere. And well, we saw what happened with Charlie yesterday against Mr. Beast. When Charlie started playing a little too quickly, Mr. Beast found great ideas to even trap Charlie's queen. So you have to be careful. You don't want to get overconfident. But CodeMiko right now took on C5, and Ludwig now sees that the queen can go gobble up that knight. Yeah, this is overwhelming right now.
Oh, she didn't move her bishop. Her bishop is free.
Right. So she created a threat, but Ludwig...
True, I missed that.
Ludwig can just take... Well, it happens, right? Because you think about how the bishop was hanging a second ago, and now F4 is just like, maybe we'll tunnel on that bishop, but the queen needs to be taken care of first, and Ludwig can just take this pawn on F4 and continue with the attack against the white king. So, yeah, it looks really good for Ludwig. He obviously won the first game. He's the much higher rated player, very experienced. And I actually didn't see any games from CodeMiko in the last few days after her match against Charlie. So maybe she wasn't practicing, or maybe she was getting coaching that I didn't see.
Yeah, I'm not sure if she's doing any off-stream coaching.
Well, you could have lent a hand.
Yeah, I should have. As a friend, I should have pitched in a little more.
This could be on you.
But she was banned for a very long time.
Oh.
So.
Well, that's not good. That's not going to help your stream.
Yeah.
Business. I think she needs your coaching, though.
We'll set up a time. We'll get in there. Sometimes it's important to have someone small brain to small brain. You know what I'm saying? Because Danya will talk to me, Levy will talk to me, and I'll be like, stop. I don't understand a thing you're saying.
It seems like you do understand things they're saying, because you took Levy's advice, played the Stonewall. You had some lessons.
I love the Stonewall.
So you took the advice, you learned. So I
yeah, but I didn't understand the Stonewall until I literally broke it down in a weird way that I understood it. Like the F file represents Frozen, and we play with Anna and Elsa. It's very confusing. But that's how I understand it.
Didn't know that's how the Stonewall worked, but I mean, elaborate. Sounds.
My teachers have a really hard job, is all we could say.
I think that's good. Where's Olaf in the equation?
Olaf doesn't play. He's not invited. He melted.
Oh, well, that got sad real.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
you know,
there are
sun
kids
does come
watching.
out. Well,
there are kids watching.
Oh, I know there are kids that watch Chess.com. I get the complaint emails, okay? Just stay off. Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8 p.m. to 10, I'm on Chess.com. Don't watch if you're easily offended. I'm sorry. I can't change for you.
It's fair. And, well, Ludwig does not take this bishop on c5. You mentioned that a while ago, that bishop could have been captured. And even at this moment, the bishop was still under attack. So Ludwig going for his development, putting his queen.
Why
and bishop
is he
on.
not taking that? I don't understand. Because he just knows it's free?
We need some material for the post-match interview. So I don't know the answer. Let's just save that up for him. He's laughing though, and he's also rewinding in his game.
He's playing with his
How long
food.
have we been in this spot?
Nico deserves better.
One,
Yeah, but unfortunately,
two,
she's not
3, 4,
getting better here.
5, 6, 7, 8. So 4 turns each. We've just let this hang here. That's fucking absurd. 9.
It's crazy because I know that Miko, this is why chess, and I hate to break it to a lot of people watching, this is why chess does not equal IQ. I know that Miko is smarter than Ludwig.
All right, we got
I know
gameplay.
it 1,000,000,000%. But then when people are like, oh, she's bad at chess, so she's stupid. Oh gosh, get off your high
If
horse.
she moves to E1.
She's a
Ooh.
genius.
Yeah, those takes are
A
terrible.
snap
Those takes are
interpose.
terrible.
So it's mate.
I was thinking.
No,
He's got the thinking music on.
All right, fun little pin here.
Oh. He's got this. And Cutie is a checkmate on the next move if the king goes there, if he brings his knight in.
Wow, this is such a sick checkmate.
Oh wow, yeah, I see that.
What a dope mate.
Yep, okay. You know his every
That was
move,
cool.
Hess.
No, I don't know his every move, but sometimes I can get a read. And he's pumped. He's pumped.
He is pumped. And
2-0.
Miko is fine. Okay. Miko will survive.
Yes. And has not been doing that much chess. Ludwig is grinding although he has not had time to change his sweatpants because he's working so hard in his chess.
Yeah. That's true. He did shower today though, so that's very exciting for us.
He's making progress. I mean, you got to be proud of him.
Yeah, it's baby steps.
Sometimes you just have to lower expectations so that way we can appreciate the little things.
I'm excited to see how Miko takes on the consolation bracket.
Yeah, I think that with some training and a little more experience that CodeMiko can do really well. She just had such a tough 2 matches against Charlie, who's been practicing very hard, and against Ludwig, 2 of the high-rated players in the field.
I'm just curious. I actually think, and this is being honest, and it might upset some people, I think that the consolation bracket is more fun to watch because you never can guess what's going to happen. Compared to, higher level, it's very, people know theories and they know lines and they know all that stuff that I don't even know if I'm using the right words.
You are. Theories, right?
Yeah.
Opening lines, variations. Yeah.
That's crazy. But I like watching bad chess. I think it's more fun. I don't want to get better at chess because then it's less fun to me. It's just harder and it requires more thinking, and that's not fun. Am I crazy? Do you love hard chess?
Chess is fun. I like it, but now that you put it in those terms,
now you feel bad about your hobby.
Yeah, what am I supposed to say now? I feel
No, it's okay.
I feel singled out.
You can say it stays fun because it's just like more of a challenge.
It does stay fun because it's kind of like endless in a way, where you learn something new every game. And if that weren't the case, then Magnus Carlsen, Hikaru, they would be perfect players, which nobody is. And so they're the best players in the world out there, and yet they still can make mistakes. So there's always something to learn from.
But if you get too good, don't you go insane? That's like a thing they say about chess players.
All right, it's time to go to break. And when we return, we will have Ludwig and CodeMiko in for interviews.
Ah.
Okay, I played 57 bullet games on the 15th. And that is like a long day for me. I hardly ever play on my second account or third account. Yeah, but he plays 46 games of Rapid, you know? Rapid. Rox is playing LCS today. Yes, it's gonna be very exciting. Oh, that reminds me. I gotta go at 6 because COG is actually gonna play. So, dude, Sardoche is just build diff. Honestly, like Sardoche is build diff. He's played 46 games like yesterday. On my longest day of chess streaming this whole week, I played 57 games of Bullet. This guy's played 46 games of Rapid. Hello, Chess.com. Hello, everybody watching Pogchamps. I am so hyped. Dude, honestly, Sardoche is just crazy. Like, he's played way too much chess. Like, how much chess has he played this entire week? I'm just, like, stalking one of my students. He's played 272 games this week. Let's see how many I've played. And keep in mind, I'm a full-time chess content creator. I played 104. He's played almost triple the amount of games I've played in a singular week. No, I'm not friend-zoning somebody again, okay? We're past that. We're past that. Yeah, and I play Bullet. Like, he's played 272 games of Rapid. Like, if you just do the time calculation, how many hours is he spending on chess, like, per day? How many is that? Like, how many hours? I mean, how many hours has he streamed? 10 hours easy? Like, does he have a life? I mean, okay, never mind. Forget I asked that question. He does not have a life. I already know the answer to that. It's fine. But, like, wow. It's actually just crazy, like, because sometimes he plays really well, and then sometimes he's just, like, straight ins, you know? Like, this last game we looked at, he just straight into it. But then the game before that, he was doing really well. So I think, honestly, you just need to, like, take a chill pill. I hope he's actually taking that bath. And not... Don't forget, guys, I'm actually following him on live chess to make sure he's not playing any chess while he's taking his bath, so that he can actually relax a little bit. Yeah. I mean, look, it's okay to not have a life, but it's another thing to be so tryhard that you play... he's playing so much. He's playing so much. He's actually playing a real chess set too. No, like, I'm literally, like, babysitting his mental as well. So, I'm literally, like, babysitting his mental to make sure that he does not die during the matches. And also, it's really funny because I saw another tweet the other day about how he wanted a chef because he keeps living a degen life. And I'm like, maybe he played one less Rapid game a day, he could actually cook his own food. Maybe. Maybe. Like, just maybe, if he played one less Rapid game, he could cook. You know? Like, I don't know. Is that a wild concept? Is that a crazy concept? Like, if he just plays one less game, he has time to do a lot. Like, okay, me cooking is that a crazy concept? Is never gonna happen. Me cooking is not gonna happen. I actually was supposed to go out and buy groceries today, and then Sardoche wanted to cook, so I was like, okay, but it's fine. It's fine. Like, I will eat at some point. I will eat at some point. He's literally hiring a chef. I know, I need to hire a chef too, but it's okay. I mean, he streams around 3K hours a year. I guess that's kind of crazy. It's actually pretty insane, but like, okay, when I played him, okay, like, I'm obviously instructing him through all of these openings, but he actually picked up this opening pretty fast. At least I hope he did. And then he's gonna come back and be like, oh shit, I forgot everything. So now I'm stressed because maybe I stressed him out too much. Thanks, Vigar, for the tier 1. Thank you. Welcome to the pool party. I think, like, maybe I would have stressed him out too much, but it's fine. I will not do a cooking stream. I haven't eaten breakfast yet. It's currently 5 p.m. I need to go eat some breakfast. But he has a second account. I'm gonna stream his match. No, I have to watch COG play. I think COG's
And we return with the players. Ludwig, congrats on a 2-0 score there. And first question is, when's the last time you changed your sweatpants?
Okay. Can Cutie Cinderella never be accepted to do commentary again if she's gonna harass me and talk shit on me? I changed my sweats. I changed them.
Oh,
okay?
finally.
Oh, finally, mine arse. I worked out this morning and I was wearing a dirty shirt for a workout. What am I supposed to wear? A button down now for workouts?
No, it was like 3 days old, dirty, covered in hot sauce.
Ah, Ludwig.
Yeah.
No, it's a working man's shirt. I'm a working man. I wear a working man's shirt.
You
Okay?
play video games on a computer.
Not even. I react to stuff. It's different
That's true.
and
You
harder.
don't even play video games.
Okay, and I broke a sweat. So look at this. So I'm it's hard
Nico
work.
stressed him out.
I was stressed out on the Italian game.
Really?
Yeah, you played a pretty tight Italian at the start, and I didn't know what I was doing.
No way. Are you being sarcastic?
No, I'm being dead ass, and then you made like 8 blunders, and then I was fine. But till then,
Okay.
I was pretty
All right.
nervous.
Yeah.
We do have to say, again, the argument of being good at chess does not necessarily equal high IQ. Ludwig had a hard time finding the link to this meeting, even though he's had it. So just more,
See
you
the
know,
Discord channel. It's different.
research.
No,
Yeah.
from the playing chess, I've found that most chess players actual dog water in the head. They just put all their stock and IQ points into figuring out moves. And you know what? Since I'm also dog water in the head, I'm trying to get good at this game as well.
It would be nice to be good at something.
Except for you, Hess.
That was almost poetic. I appreciate that. But CodeMiko, you in the opening here, if we go through the moves, I think that what Ludwig was saying is you did a very good opening plan with your bishop out to c4 because you're starting to put pressure on Black's king. And you then moved the same piece twice. So by moving the bishop a second time, you delayed your other development. Whereas if you had castled first and brought some of your other pieces out, it could be more difficult for Ludwig to meet. But when you brought the piece out another time, and then you did a good job of protecting the bishop, the problem was that your bishop had no more squares to go to. So Ludwig was able to recognize that and then moved his knight away after this, where when he came for your king and he put his knight, your bishop is out of squares because your 2 pawns are taken away.
Oh.
You cock blocked yourself.
Yeah, I can
Wow.
see that now.
Yeah.
That's not how I would have phrased it, but you know.
I've discovered a lot of the things in the way I phrase things are not how the chess world would. It's you know.
Yeah, remind us of what's wrong with the chess world again. I want to hear all of it.
Did I bait the producers into going to me when I seemed distraught? That was my 5-head play of the day. Look, there's nothing wrong with the chess world. It's just that sometimes chat can be a little harsh against the people who sign up for this tournament. And at the end of the day, they're just Chess.com just trying to get viewers. Right? Hey, doesn't matter if Mr. Beast goes 0-18. You got Mr. Beast viewers here. That's all we need. Grow the game or something, right? Isn't that the quote? Hashtag start it up, rev it up.
Why are you singling Mr. Beast out? He played really well in his 2 matches.
Well, because I like Mr. Beast, and I feel like if I single anyone else out, I'll feel mean. I don't mind with Mr. Beast. I think Jimmy can handle it.
Well, CodeMiko, what's the experience been like for you learning the game and, you know, just getting started? And you had 2 tough opponents thus far. How are you feeling as you get more matches under your belt?
I'm having fun. I just started playing just not too long ago, so I want to keep playing and get better and better. But I've been having a lot of fun. Moist and Ludwig is really nice, so it's really nice to play against.
You don't
him.
have to lie.
Yeah, wait, did you say Ludwig is
What?
nice?
Yeah, Ludwig is nice. I didn't know he has such hygienic problems. He always seems so fresh and clean on the stream all the time.
Fresh. I'm minty.
But,
I'm
you know,
minty. I smell great.
No, you look like you smell great, but I guess looks can be very deceiving.
Thank you, Cutie, for that. I feel like this is
Welcome.
mostly your doing.
Miko is a dear friend of mine, so it's nice to hear.
Yeah.
Well, Miko, are you going to do any lessons maybe with Cutie Cinderella?
Do you need more
Yeah, I
lessons,
wanna
Miko?
I would love to do more lessons with you. Can you teach me how to beat Ludwig?
Well, I can't even beat Ludwig.
Oh,
Might take an army, Miko. Right? You
can
don't.
we put both? Take down Ludwig?
2v1?
Yeah.
Maybe.
come
if the whole
back.
is better than some of its parts, which in this case, I don't know, just frankly.
I mean, chess.com does have the 4-player mode, so maybe me, Nico, and Hess against you, Ludwig.
Well, maybe 2v2 me and Hess versus you two,
No,
boys
I
versus
think,
girls.
you know,
That's
if you're
tried
that
and true.
confident, you know.
Well, I
you might as well.
am. I for sure am. I just think really I love this boys versus girls idea. I would love to latch on that.
Hess, would you rather be on our team or his team?
Wouldn't answer that, Hess.
Every
That's
time.
great.
so-
Okay, cool. Poggers for me.
Well, yeah. Well, speaking of poggers, you have one more matchup left against Charlie.
Yeah.
Any friendly words for Charlie?
I found out, I don't know how someone knew this, that I am lifetime 6-9 against Charlie. I have won 9 games. He has won 6. Nice. So my goal is to draw it.
Okay. So you're planning to draw your games, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I want to draw both games. Otherwise, we lose it.
Yeah. Sounds like a great thing to hear from somebody that you've been trying to help win games.
Well, you know, as in chess, the fun fact, drawing can oftentimes be as good as winning. Some people at lower levels might not go for draws when they should.
True.
And who does Miko play next?
Mr. Beast!
Ooh, that'll be a juicer.
Miko, you're going to lose, I think.
Mr. Beast is going to prep opening moves,
Well.
so whatever you do, just don't play what you've been playing. Make up something brand new.
Really?
Yeah. He's a savant. He had every move I played mapped out to 8 moves out.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a little cuckoo.
Or just play the Italian. Everyone plays the Italian, right?
I'm going to teach you something called the Stonewall, Miko.
What's that?
No,
That's
don't
what you
listen to her.
should say.
You gotta get over the Stonewall.
No, we love
bro.
the Stonewall.
You've been playing it for a year. Just
Well.
do anything else. Just try something. It's always Stonewall. This missionary.
Levy
that.
taught me the
How about we
Stonewall.
mix it up occasionally.
You want to talk about that?
Anyway,
You
Hess,
wanna-
anything else you want to add?
Well, why am I getting thrown back to me? I don't want to get involved in this situation here. In fact, Cutie Cinderella, we are co-commentators. We're completely equal here. Anything you'd like to say to Ludwig?
He, as an adult man, he still wets the bed, and I want you guys to know that.
Wait, what?
All right, see you guys later.
Uh-oh.
I don't know how to leave the call. I don't know how to leave the call.
Ludwig, why do you still wet the bed?
Get me out of the fucking call,
like
producers.
almost 30? No, you're 25. You're like
I figured it out. I figured it out. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I don't want it that off.
You have to wear a
Well, we love having the players involved here. Cutie Cinderella, I think you did a great job of sufficiently exposing Ludwig in all his
Thank you.
flaws.
Thank you. It might not have been true, but at least it made him laugh. Not him, the chat.
Yes, you are now a fan favorite for sure. And Ludwig, he wins 2-0. He's been a favorite of many of the commentators. They've been impressed by his play. Today, CodeMiko was outmatched. And honestly, the next one we have in front of us, that's the matchup that many people have been waiting for, because that's the heavyweight battle of Benji Fishy and Sardoche. So before we go to our break and come back for that third round, I mean, any thoughts on that matchup, Cutie?
I am really excited for that. I think this is going to be some high-level gameplay from both of these two. And I am totally going to understand what's going on the entire time because I, too, play above 1,000. And it should be great to watch some people that are also as good as me and play things like the aficionados and stuff.
It's about time. And well, we're going to take a quick break. Before we do, we just want to give another shout out to Guayaki for helping make Pogchamps possible. As Guayaki celebrates 25 years of regenerative yerba mate, they're sharing cases to celebrate. Spam the Guayaki emote in chat for your chance to win.
4 pillars of regeneration to heal all nations. We work with and not against, because we are a part of this. We've never been apart from this. Our hands feel through the soil's pass, our feet touch on the blades of grass. Braid all these voices into a beautiful tapestry, find those similarities we all share in these breaths that we breathe. This home of ours sustains us but needs us, so together we'll move through this long night and inspire us all to come to life.
What will I eat? I'm deciding right now. Do I want sushi? McDonald's.
Oh, j'ai une idée, mais c'est chiant. Ah, ça aurait été bien d'aller là.
or pizza?
Merci,
No.
José, merci beaucoup.
Okay, wait, what do I want? I got Italian. I kind of want Italian today. Let's see what Uber Eats actually has. I'm really hungry. I need a chef.
Je peux faire échec?
Kebab. You guys like kebab?
Oh, mais
French
échec, c'est
food?
magnifique parce que le cavalier est obligé de
Oh,
prendre.
I
Si le
love
cavalier prend, j'ai ça.
foie de
Du coup,
gras.
il est baisé en fait. Merci.
I can't get that
merci,
here.
merci beaucoup.
So that's pretty sad.
Exceptionnel.
I kind of want Indian food again though.
J'ai ça? Ah non, j'ai pas ça.
I love foie de gras.
Non.
It's pretty fun.
Pas du tout.
Uh,
Enfin, c'est complexe. Là,
foie
comme
gras.
position,
Oh, I'm on Chess TV. I'm literally just debating what I want to eat, honestly.
Là, j'ai un
I'm
échec qui est
very
sympa,
hungry,
quand
but
même.
I'm way too emotionally
Parce que-
invested in this upcoming
Ouais,
match.
non, bof.
So,
Je vais juste prendre. En
play
fait, si
one
je
less
prends,
rapid game I cook, but you don't
Quand
understand.
je prends là, c'est de la
I'm
merde. si je
like,
prends de la dame,
I
donc,
need, I actually
Comme si
like
je prends de- Ah, mais je
need.
gagne le cavalier à la fin. Ah ouais, ok, c'est bon, je l'ai.
Oh, let's go. He's almost
Putain, j'ai mis
1900.
du temps à
So,
l'avoir. Le match est dans 5 minutes.
he's
We are
gonna.
aiming to start
They're
in about
spamming
20
friend
minutes.
zone on
Ouais,
chat.
c'est 23h25 le match.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've
Merci,
learned that
merci
this is actually
Là, il me reste de faire dame, mais j'ai échec ici
Yes.
quand même. Mais là, j'ai un combo de ouf là.
Mhm,
Non,
mhm.
attends, oui. Ah non, pas du tout. Ah, je peux faire échec là? Attends. Mais c'est 100% ça.
Okay.
Oh, j'ai trop mal joué, pourquoi je l'ai pas joué direct?
He needs to relax a little bit. I mean, this one's easy. He just
En
has
fait,
to play
si on fait
rook
échec,
there.
là, ensuite, je
Ah, mais
crois
quarter
qu'on peut
French?
le-
Oui, je
le
parle
mettre du
peut-être
plan, mais j'ai pas le
français.
choix.
Mais ce n'est pas. Je ne suis pas français. French. I'm not French at all. I can just speak French because I lived in France and I grew up in Canada.
Ah, mais j'avais pas vu, putain, quel con.
I have to adapt, yeah.
Ouais, mais
He
bah,
did
j'avais
it.
même pas vu qu'en fait,
He's
la truc, c'était
80. He's
des
almost 1900 in puzzles. This is
Um,
crazy.
J'aurais trouvé tout de
Je
suite.
ne suis pas française. Okay. Okay. He's gonna get 1900 before his game. I mean, I guess that's gonna make up for him dropping like 50 rating today. So. Pizza's one of the Chess.com Twitch poll. Alright, guys. I'm ordering pizza.
Non.
Did they actually vote? Okay, I will actually get pizza because the viewers wanted it. If you guys wanted pizza,
Ah, mais
I'll
t'as
get
fait échec?
pizza.
Putain, j'avais même pas vu.
I mean, honestly,
Bon,
I'm
c'est quoi
up
le
for
début,
whatever.
problème?
So, okay, let's order some really good pizza. What's some really
the
awesome
viewers
pizza?
wanted it.
Oh
If you
god.
guys want-
I
if you
hope.
guys want
Avec
to
la
be-
dame ici, mais est-ce que ça vaut
Okay, so pizza.
Non, c'est
I
pas
mean, I
ça.
live in Toronto. Do you guys know Pico? Do you
En fait,
guys?
depuis tout à l'heure,
Should I
il me
get
laisse,
like
Mac-
Italian
ah non, il y a le
pizza?
planche 7.
Anything except like anything
Ah, bah,
except
je peux
pizza.
juste-
Pizza.
non, bah non, je peux
Pizza's
pas.
pretty
Je peux
good.
faire ça pour être
Oh,
honnête, c'est
we're
ça?
getting
Ah, mais
pizza.
c'est peut-être pas lui qui vient là.
Oh,
En fait, c'est
I
maintenant,
love
c'est
this
quoi?
question
Mais
because
si,
it's
c'est quelqu'un- Ah, bah
gonna.
oui, c'est ça.
This is
Oh,
gonna
mais
be the
pourquoi?
biggest debate. All right, I'm muting Sardoche for a moment. Do you like pineapple on pizza? Pineapple on pizza? Yes or no? Type 1 in the chat if yes. 1's in the chat if you like pineapple. I'm not gonna lie, I actually like pineapple on pizza, and I have not had Hawaiian pizza in a hot minute. 1.5? Dude, I actually really enjoy Hawaiian pizza. We or no? It's pretty good. It's pretty good, no? Desert, I see you saying cut transmission on the chess.com chat. Okay, I see you guys. I see you guys. Okay, I think, do you guys know Little Caesar? I don't actually like Little Caesars. I think I'm gonna go for something that's a little bit more not chain and more of a like home baked. I really want pizza on a fire. That sounds really good. No, you can't unsubscribe, Waver. You just subscribed today. Oh, I can get Caesar salad to go. Oh yeah, actually, you know what? Oh, I'm so hungry right now. I'm so hungry. Okay, I'm gonna get pizza with Caesar salad. There's this really nice restaurant. Okay, I'm trying to not dox my address here, but like, this looks good. This looks so good. I love this. This is gonna look really good. Okay, this is like a classical Italian kind of restaurant, I guess we have around here. There's a lot of good stuff. I don't even know what I want. I didn't leak anything. Chill. But pizza in Canada is not very cheap, unfortunately. As you guys know, there's this thing called pizza, and pizza is pretty terrible, but it's cheap pizza. If you want good quality pizza, it's pretty expensive. So yeah. Oh, chat wanted pepperoni pizza? Okay, we'll get pepperoni pizza. Alright, so pepperoni pizza. Just don't forget to order. Yeah, I'll actually order. How expensive? It's like $15 for like a medium-sized pizza if it's not from like a shitty place, you know, like a terrible place. Pepperoni wins on Chess.com. Okay.
Pourquoi il a pas bougé son cavalier, genre, je sais pas. Il pouvait pas en fait.
It's actually pretty expensive pizza. There's a lot of different pizza choices. There's north of Brooklyn Pizzeria. This sounds good. A medium pepperoni pizza is $20, by the way. $20, by the way. That's a bit of a scam, I'm not gonna lie. I might just go back to pizza. Like, that's kind of expensive. I'm not lying. I'm not joking. That's like a little bit expensive. But like, I feel like there has to be something a little, like, something that's not pizza, bad pizza, but like not that expensive, you know?
C'est la même chose en fait.
I deserve a good pizza. I mean, it's 15 Canadian bucks. So like, it's not like...
Let me play you 1v1 chess for $100 best out of 3 games. Blitz rating 900 smile.
The last time somebody did this, it was a little bit sus. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. But like, I'm down to do it, just not today.
Pogchamps 3 is presented by Grip 6, and Grip 6 has sold out of the chess team wallets, but check out their wide selection of wallets still available. They still have the amazing chess belts, 3 options available, the Queen, King, and Knight, all with 3 different strap options. Find them at go.chess.com/grip6. Cutie, I think they need a Cutie Cinderella belt, honestly.
Well, you forgot to mention they can use code POGCHAMPS20 for 20% off. Hello.
I'm trying to save the discounts for myself. You know those things run out quick.
Shoot. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. I won't tell anybody. Yeah, I don't think we need a cutie belt. I don't want to be closer to any of Buddy's. Anyway, so what are we looking at now?
Oh, wow. Well, community outreach, the complete opposite of what we were just talking about. So Chess.com will match up to $100,000 of the viewing community's donations during the event. Donations will be given to participants' preferred nonprofit organizations in the split you see on screen in front of you. And just a reminder of what organizations those are. The players have made their choices. Well, Sardoche and XUC still need to make theirs, but we see UNICEF, we see the One Drop Foundation, and across the board, you know, Mr. Beast and St. Jude's. A lot of great causes.
Yeah, I personally, I love the Humane Society. I always donate my money to the Humane Society, which is bad because I see that's Critical's charity, and now I automatically want him to win, but that'll make Ludwig sad. So I'm in a weird spot there, but I love the Humane Society. I love the work that they do. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, hard to root for anybody based on these causes. So many great ones. And well, we will have the final games of the group stage. And after the group stage, we have the bracket. So the championship bracket, it will look like this. The Group A winner takes on the second place from Group B. On the other side of the bracket, the Group B winner takes on second place from Group A. C and D do the same themselves. And so we will see some great matches. We don't know what they will be because the results are not in. But if we look at the current standings, we have potential matchups, for example, of Daniel Negreanu taking on the loser of today's match between Sardoche and Benji Fishy, and the winner of Benji Fishy Sardoche will take on whoever finishes second place in Group B. So those kind of matchups, they're clear.
Yeah. Okay. I'm interested to see, how this game just turns out. I'm not sure. Like I've said it 100 times today. I feel Benji and Sardoche, they're both so good that I'm just going to pretend like I have hot takes and chat. This is what I need you to do. I just need you to say yep and go along with it. Okay. No matter what I say.
Yep. I'm with you. I got your back. I agree with you completely.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And
It's
you
about
just
time.
farmed all the Yeps because here they come. And what people are about to be pumped about is tomorrow's matchups because we have 4 in store. We start with Pokimane taking on Rubius. Then
My queen Pokimane. Please go back. Re-announce that.
You'll be seeing her twice. Look at her. She's there 2 times on the screen because Group B will have another matchup. Daniel Negreanu taking on XQC. Then you have Rain Wilson and Logic fighting for first place in Group C. And then finally, XQC and Pokimane, that matchup that was postponed. It will be happening tomorrow, 4:20 p.m. And it's between XQC and who again? Remind me?
The Queen Pokimane. Everyone please bow.
How do they prove that they bowed?
They spam, yep.
Got it. So you're just continuing to farm the Yeps.
Yep.
Got it. And well, speaking of farming, you can take down not necessarily these players, but their bots. Farm some rating off of them. Pokimane bot, Ludwig bot, CodeMiko, XQC, Nico, and Mr. Beast. All of these bots of the players who are taking part in.
I played all of these bots last night, actually. Every single one.
How'd you do?
Good. I beat every single one.
Whoa.
Yeah. I had the biggest problem with Mr. Beast, actually.
What was it about Mr. Beast?
I had to play. Yeah, he gave me too much money. I was like, wow. I had to play him 3 times before I beat him. I don't know why.
Maybe you just felt bad, honestly.
My chat was telling me that it was because his opening countered the Stonewall, and all I use is the Stonewall.
And if Mr. Beast is known for anything, it's not his YouTube prowess, not his great philanthropic causes. It's for knowing how to out-prepare his opponents in chess tournaments.
Yeah, I hate when that happens.
Yeah, well, you took down all the bots. This is why there can't be a bot of you, because then people will win and we can't see Cutie lose, right?
That's what they keep telling me, but I think it's a lie.
Well, there's a bot of me. I didn't ask them for it. In fact, I didn't want it to happen, but it was against my permission. I really didn't want that to happen. So
I ask weekly.
Yeah, and that's why it's the opposite would happen. I didn't want one, and one was made. You want one, and it's just maybe just don't want it.
Can I have Hesses? Just give me Hesses. He doesn't even want his. Same skill level. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, seriously.
That's messed up.
I think can we make it happen? Chess.com. Can Cutie Cinderella just take over my bot? I feel like that works well for everybody.
Give it a hair a little longer.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
And
they said no, smiley face. Okay, well.
It's disappointing. We do have a lot to smile about because we have had generous donations from Andre Weru, $100. We also had the Patty Wagon, $100. Chess for Charity. Thank you so much for your generous support. Reminder to everybody that Chess.com is matching up to $100,000 in donations, all going to charity of the player's choosing. So this is a great cause, and we really appreciate it.
I love Twitch usernames. I don't know I mean, yours is easy. GM Hess, very professional. I had an interview with a Danish newspaper about chess, actually.
Wait, why Danish? How did that happen?
I don't know.
Okay.
It just happened.
Okay.
Because I'm known for my great chess plays, and they had to say, "What's your name?" And I said Blair, and they said, "What's your username on Twitch?" And I had to be like, Cutie Cinderella. So I only imagine how Patty Wagon 69 feels.
Wait, so why just say it with pride? What's wrong with Cutie Cinderella? It's a great name.
Because I have to spell it out. I have to be like, oh, the letter Q, the letter T, and then Cinderella, like the princess. Yes, I'm 26. Like, you know, like, yeah, like it's just a little embarrassing.
I don't want to say so. We're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we will be ready with the Benji Fishy Sardoche matchup. Stay tuned. We will be ready with the Benji Fishy.
No, not a
Sardoche
break.
matchup. Stay tuned.
No, not more. What? Okay, let's watch someone else on Twitch then. Oh, geez, they're featuring me. Okay, then I'm gonna do some puzzles. Let's go again. Okay, let's watch someone else on Twitch then. Let's go back to puzzles. Okay, here we go. Checkmate. 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 Checkmate the queen. Checkmate. You can obviously take b3. That's probably just check and mate. check and take the rook, take the bishop, take the juicer, checkmate. There's obviously just takes and checkmate. Checkmate. White pawns go up the board, so you take, you push, bring the king, take, and then you make a queen. That's good. Checkmate. Now you just take, and just take. Check and mate. Now you go. I believe it's check. Thank you, Pogchamps, for the 20 gifted subs. Thank you so much to Pogchamps for another 20 subs. Thank you for the 140 subs that you've gifted today. Thank you so much, my man. You are amazing. Thank you. Let's go shock. Let's take the juicer. Let's take the queen. Let's go shock, and then we go d7 and make the queen. Now we just take, fossilize the bishop, take the juicer. We just take, we go check, take the juicer. I assume you go here, go here. Is it king g3? I'm a little bit confused as to what this puzzle is exactly. I don't know what it is. It's because king e3 is also no. Then rook okay, it's got to be here. Don't be stupid. Okay, you go check and potential ice skater in the back. Now you go here, eat, fork, and eat the queen. There's queen d8 here, and now you just go check, take the queen. This is good. I think you can just go check in a7. That should be right. Just push and rook b8, take the juicer. Now you can just take. Oh, it's c5. Trying to move too fast. In theme with the show. Okay, let's still get to 50 before they come back. Let's go. Oh wait, the rook is pinned. Wait, the rook is pinned. Okay, let's start again. Let's start again. The rook is pinned. Let's go. This is the Arabian checkmate. You always want to learn some of these checkmates. Check. That's winning. Let's go takes. Thank you to QT Jelly for the 5 gifted. Thank you so much to QT Jelly. QT Jelly for the 5 gifted. Thank you so much. At first I was about to say cutie. I was about to say cutie jelly Cinderella. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's take go checkmate. Is it queen c1? I think you check. I think it's queen b2 if I'm not mistaken. No, I'm just blundering. Okay, let's just go again. Let's do one more. Yeah, I was about to say cutie jelly Cinderella. Yeah, okay. Last one. We'll get to 50. How much time do I have before they return to the official broadcast, you guys? Takes and takes. Let's go check and let's take. 40 seconds to get to 50. Okay, check. Drop back. It's good. Take. Just takes. That's good. Take the juicer on d3. Checkmate. Check. Take the queen. Check. Takes. That's good. Just takes. That's good. Just check. Take the queen. That's good. I assume it's king g4. And then take the queen. That's good. You go check. Take the queen. That's good. Takes. That's good. Takes. Check. Takes. I think he just takes there. Check d4. Take the juicer. I think it's rook f1 if I'm not crazy. Am I crazy though? Wait, there's also queen e2. Wait a second, I gotta be careful. Wait a second, it's actually not trivial. No, it is. I'm stupid. Check. Takes, and then you move the king to the corner. You take, and then you
just subscribe.
Take, move the king. How many times did I say takes there? Way too many. Okay, obviously you takes.
And we return ready for our final match of the day. That is between Benji Fishy and Sardoche, two of the top competitors. They've been working their tails off. Beauty, now's the time. You got to make a choice. Is it Benji? Is it Sardoche?
Okay, listen. If you've ever watched my stream, you know, and this is so irrelevant in chat, some of you probably don't know, have always been a massive Bjergsen simp. I'm a League of Legends girl. That's where I started, was League of Legends. And Sardoche is also a mid laner in League of Legends. And anybody who's ever been maybe a competition for Bjergsen, I'm not your fan. So I'm going all Benji here.
Wow. Well, Benji needs all the support he can get because Sardoche's rating is 1450. What have they been feeding this guy?
Ugh, I don't know. I'm nervous, but I really hope for Benji. Oh, apparently he's a jungler. This is so awkward.
Oh,
No, Never mind.
I
take back everything I said.
A lot of awkward moments here. Just gonna. I feel like it gets less awkward if you just make it public, right?
I just
about it.
put candy in my mouth. It was like a
that's
weird distraction.
Yes, and well, moves not being played that quickly. So both players taking their time. I wonder what their coaches said to them about the other player, because they have been improving. And Grandmaster Ludwig has been coaching Benji Fishy, and this move C4. So a lot of people in Pogchamps don't actually challenge the center with C4. They often play Bishop F4 for the London system. Instead, we see C4 and C6 by Sardoche. This is, to me, showing that they've really studied, because he's creating a pawn chain rather than taking the pawn C4 directly.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's so great. I would like yeah, I'm choking. I'm choking. I don't know. They're both good. I don't know what to say, Hess.
I thought you were physically choking for a second. You just told me you were taking some candy, and I was worried for your health.
I got nervous. This is the first time I've choked the entire episode.
You're screaming and saying you're choking, and that is a hazard. All right, I was worried.
Some people like that. Anyway, back to the game.
Oh gosh, well, Black has the pawn chain towards the center. White develops the bishop to d3. So often when the bishop develops, now is the time that Black takes, because you don't get to recapture in one move. But the players are leaving the tension. It's a sign that they've been improving, that they've been studying, because I think when you're less experienced, you take as quickly as possible when given the opportunity.
I agree.
Join me. When you look at this position, what are you thinking about? There's not a single piece has been traded.
I think it's very different than how I play. I get very excited, and any low elo players that are watching, if you're like me, I would want to take, because that's what keeps me entertained. I am sad that no one has used the Stonewall opening this entire day. I think that's disappointing. Magnus Carlsen used it recently, and that was exciting for me, but it just doesn't get enough attention, and that's what I know about chess is the Stonewall, so I will always talk about the Stonewall.
So do you think that Magnus watched your stream and then
Absolutely.
All right, just making sure that we're on the same page here. I think he might have.
Yeah.
Being inspired by other creators, that's the sign of a brilliant chess player.
Yes. But here, would it be oh, never mind. I was gonna say, would it be, what would you do next here?
Well, the thing is, not a single piece has been traded. So that's, I would say, the struggle right now is what to do, because nothing's been traded. And Benji plays b3 to protect his pawn c4 with another pawn. And, well, Sardoche says, I'm going to play h6. And they're actually playing a really high-level game to this point. Taking on f6 would unnecessarily give up the bishop pair, whereas this knight's not really going anywhere. It can move, but then you're willing to trade the bishops, and this knight has nowhere good to move. So by not trading QD, they're leaving this tension and creating difficulties for their opponent. So it's just not restricting their opponent's chances to play something active.
I mean, I've said we love Fortnite. You know, I'm a big Fortnite. What are you doing? You haven't said where you want to go.
Where do I want to go?
Yeah, who do you think's gonna win?
Well, I don't know. That's why I asked you. I just thought that you would figure it out, and I don't know everything.
You want to place bets? I don't. Is that legal? Chess.com? $10, Hess. I have $10 on Benji.
But then now I have to have a rooting interest. I stay neutral on these things.
Are we supposed to say neutral?
You have $10 on Benji? That's brave. And no odds, because Sardoche is the higher rated player.
Shit.
So, I mean, I kind of want to take those odds.
Never mind.
It's like, if an even bet, a high rated player, that feels good for me.
I take it back.
Well, you kind of, I mean.
Too late. We didn't shake.
Okay. Well, b5 was played, so Sardoche is taking up more space. You sure that it's too late?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to this $10. What about?
Okay.
Anyway, so b5 played, challenging this pawn structure another time. But Benji doesn't even need to move it, because his pawn is defending and his bishop is defending again. And it's 10 moves in, QD, 0 trades. I'm sure you're mauling over there.
I'm losing my mind. Yeah. I was told by Levy, always take whenever you can. He said that.
Always take.
Yeah. Always take, even if you lose pieces. He's my favorite coach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good strategy sometimes. I can get behind it.
And Levy is now pulling out all of his hair in chat. He's never said that to me, but if I said it, then it's true.
I didn't think he said it until he makes a video about it. They're not believable.
I had one night. I don't know if you guys know, a rook king mate is very difficult, and it's really hard for me. And I had one night. It was like 2 a.m, and I was just spamming Levy until he got on a call with me to walk me through it. So he's a good coach. I'll take back my joke.
And he taught you your favorite opening. So.
And he taught me the Stonewall.
Sounds good to
My
me.
favorite opening.
So that sounds like a great coach. Inspiring, causing you to, fall in love with aspects of the game. I think there's nothing more that needs to be said there. And well, Benji has done something I think is really good, but you're not going to be happy about it because instead of trading, he pushed his pawn forward to c5, creating
That's interesting.
Connect
Yeah.
four. And Black's pieces are kind of like stepping on each other's toes. This pawn on c5 is a big thorn. It takes away the b6 square from that knight. The bishop on e7 can't really move because this configuration here says you're limited in scope. So that's
wow. Oh,
you're a fan of that move, it sounds like.
perhaps a trade here, right? Because the bishop, that's his option. He could take, or he could just ignore it.
Mm-hmm. So he does take
Okay, there we go.
We have a trade. They are recognizing that pieces can come off the board. Don't need to keep them all. And
Proud of this development.
one of the big things here, Cutie, is this pawn structure for white is really strong. And when you have a pawn chain, the pawn chain is only as strong as the base of its chain. So the f2 pawn is very safe. So what Black wants to do in the near future is play e5 to start chiseling at the pawn chain to create the base closer to Black's pieces and make it easier to attack it.
Yeah, that's what I always do too.
I know you do. You're a Stonewall player, so you know about pawn chains.
Yeah. I wonder what's going through their heads right now. They're on call with each other, right?
I hope they're talking some smack.
While on call, while playing.
Why not? Sardoche is just
comprends pas ce
quietly
coup.
listening to music.
Je vois pas comment il veut que cette position se débloque. Il veut jouer là, mais
Speaking French,
avec
hanging
quel pion, en
out,
fait?
enjoying himself.
Je préfère largement cette position pour mon cavalier. Comment il veut break up en fait là? À quoi
This
sert
is
cette tour?
the best way to play.
Est-ce que là je peux pas tout
chess.
simplement avancer
With
en-
just like the soothing music, but
Yeah.
still kind of motivating at the same time.
What's your go-to chess playlist?
Oh, I typically don't listen to music when I'm playing, but if I am, I'm just getting like a random kind of hype music. Sometimes it's get like kind of popular music. Leon Bridges always can listen to him no matter what I'm doing.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I can't tell if that was like okay of approval or okay of like what's wrong with you.
Who's Leon Bridges?
Whoa. Whoa. Leon Bridges is so awesome. Yeah, you're gonna have to go on Spotify later. I can send you some songs. I got you in Discord.
I'm a Taylor Swift and Taylor Swift only family.
Okay.
I would like her bot on Chess.com, please.
But like she would say some really sad things if she lost the game, right?
She's like, I'm gonna write a song about this.
And it would just be a sad one. And this
It would be a sad
position
one.
is looking kind of sad for Black right now because Benji bringing his pieces in, and this knight can go to e5. So it's not like Black is in danger of losing the game anytime soon. It's just hard to play this way when you don't have any active plans. And White is the one trying to press forward.
Yeah, come on, Benji. Take that knight to e5, and then you get a pawn, right? Hypothetically, you get that pawn on c6.
Right. And how do you like that bishop on c8, Cutie? Or-
That bishop on c8 is just stuck. He is stuck.
The tall pawn. That's what we call that.
Yeah, like every stepsis you've ever had, he is just wedged in there.
Yeah, he can't get out, and that's the problem with Black's position. And White's pieces are better. Pretty much every piece, except for this knight on e4 for Black, is worse. And a4, that you saw the engine, it kind of dropped a bit. And I didn't like the move b4. I think that at that moment, Sardoche should have taken on a4 and then opened the position up, maybe try to trade bishops and finally get his pieces out. But the engine says White's still much better, even in that scenario.
All right, best $10 I've ever won.
Wait, you took the bet back?
Nope.
Wait, what?
We agreed on it.
Okay, sure. I see how this goes.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe what Sardoche did is even better because he planted his knight potentially on the c3 square, and white has this good knight on e5, but in comes that knight to c3. That could be problematic.
Oh, good thing we never shook on it. So
wait, you keep going back and forth. I'm so confused. So do we have $10 on this or not?
We'll see.
Okay, I get it. If you win, I owe you $10. And nothing happens. Got it.
Correct. Yes,
Okay,
that is true.
You know, it takes a while for chess players to process these things.
I understand.
And well, Cutie, Benji does have that bishop that you like in the Stonewall, and it is aiming, well, trying to aim towards Black's king. So at some point, we may see the move pawn f3 to kick that knight and open up the diagonal.
That is my favorite mate.
Is checkmate
The H7. Yeah. It's the only one I know.
Is that your
besides
favorite-
ladder mate.
Is that your favorite bishop? Oop, that's a rook. Bishop on b7.
No, he's so stuck. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, he just protected that pawn from the knight. I understand now.
Well, that's sad when your piece is defending just a mere pawn, and that's why pawns do so well when they're connected with one another. You don't have to use a greater resource to defend the least valuable piece.
Peepo G chat.
Oh. And
staring at the queen.
Oh, I was staring at the chat. Staring at the queen. Yes. Do not blunder your queen. I don't think Benji will. He looks really
I don't think
focused.
Benji will.
In fact, we just have his forehead. Both of their foreheads.
You just see one eyeball of Benji's peering at the board.
It's kind of creepy. I've seen enough horror movies to know how this might end. Oh, queen d2 played. All right. Saving the queen. And there's just no tension in the position. The atmosphere is tense. I mean, they're just trying to figure out what to do, but there's no pieces attacking one another, and no pawns that can be traded. And I like the move by Sardoche there to trade off white's most aggressive piece, this knight on e5, for this knight on f6 that wasn't exactly doing anything.
Yeah, the clocks are pretty even too.
Yes. Now just under 5 minutes for Benji and 5:40 for Sardoche. And well, I like the move knight d7, trying to make some trades. What do you think? Dude, this knight on c3, it bothers me. Do you think that white at some point soon should try to bring the knight back from f4 and kick it out of there?
I think that's a great idea. I guess that's what I would do.
And well, I guess
And-
Benji wants you to win those $10.
Come on, Benji. Come on.
You know, it's a good move, trading off Black's most aggressive piece.
There we go.
There we go. Yep, there goes the trade. And this bishop on b7 is so bad. And a big problem is maybe you'd want to trade that bishop on a6, but you can't do that with this queen and bishop on the same diagonal covering the a6 square. So first, you see the capture here. And now what white can do
Cleaning up the board
is start pushing pawns on the king side, like to advance your pieces here, as Black doesn't have good control. So
they still have that h7 check available.
That's right. If we can line the queen and the bishop up there, that could be a checkmate. So we have many ideas with trying to line up the queen bishop, expanding with f4, and maybe keep pushing the pawns. And Black feels a little stuck.
And chat is all in French now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do speak a bit of French.
Do you understand? It's going too fast for me.
No, I don't.
It's way too fast.
I think they're singing a song. Very good. Chat, you guys are talented. I'll say
Yeah,
it.
seriously. Impressive copy pasting.
Yeah. They're good.
And yeah, they're the best. And so Sardoche's thinking, now it's even on the clock again. This is probably the best match I've seen thus far in Pogchamps. All due respect to the other players, but this feels really intense and neither player giving up ground. Rook a7. That is a move that you would not expect. And look at Benji go, pushing a pawn forward. And I'm guessing rook a7 was played to go rook a8. There it is. And bishop a6. He recognized the need to trade off his terrible bishop for Benji's good one.
Wow.
That's some five-head stuff.
And do you know how many hours they've both put into this game recently?
I have no idea, but I see that Sardoche, every time I look at Twitch, he's playing or with a new coach. I think he was with Nemo just a couple hours ago. So he's working very hard. What?
That's amazing. I did not. It's intense. It's interesting to see how each person Handles the competition.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard work paying off for both of them. F5, you saw the engine drop, and the reason why is this pawn on E5 lost its defender. So chess often is about timing, and now that black took, this pawn E5 is going to be one that can quickly get under attack. So rook takes F5 here, will defend the pawn temporarily, but then his bishop can slide back to C8, attack the rook, and become useful for a change.
That'll be exciting for him. Would it? No, I always do this and I mess up where I do something strange where I like sacrifice a rook in order to get that H7.
Right, and that could happen actually, because if you somehow get this rook captured and your queen can land on F5, there could be a checkmate with the queen and the bishop. But right now, if Benji plants his rook on F6, swings his other rook to F1, there could be a devastating attack against Black's king.
That would be exciting. I hope he sees that.
He's thinking about where to move the rook. And rook F6 is the most aggressive square. It also lines up a potential sacrifice. You were talking about sacrificing pieces to go for a checkmate. The rook on F6 could do just that. So Benji deep in thought, but he's getting down to that just over 3-minute territory. Sardoche a bit ahead in the clock. And I think Benji trying to recognize, what's changed? My rook's under attack. I see that. But also what's changed is the pawn on G7 was covering F6.
Oh, okay.
And instead of retreats. And I get that. Sometimes you worry about putting your pieces too far up the board, but rook on F6 would have kept this pawn in place and created more threats. If the rook's here, this pawn's under attack. This pawn's under attack. It's challenging Black more than the rook back on F3.
But he is creating that battery, right? That battery with the two of them.
Mm-hmm. Give me one free move. I will gladly take this pawn on F7. So how would you go about and defending that pawn, Cutie, here? Is there maybe a piece that hasn't been doing much?
I mean, he just has to move that. Oh, I was thinking he'd move that bishop and then expose the rook, but I guess this is what he's doing.
You're right, though. Bishop back was better. The rook on A7 would have protected, but look at this. This pawn was under attack, but now it's pinned. And if Benji sees it, bishop takes G6, steals a pawn, it can't be captured back. Did you see Benji? He like kind of threw himself back in his chair. I think he sees it.
Fingers crossed.
Okay, he's got his hand up. He feels ready to play his move. He's down under 3 minutes. Sardoche ahead on the clock, but that was a big swing if Benji takes that pawn. He does. He takes it.
Nice. Okay.
And look at this. That king is now open. Sardoche did not see that coming. Now that it's on the board, you were talking about that queen getting in, Cutie. It's looking more and more likely. Oh.
Uh-oh.
So that looks like a problem, but what can white do here, right? It's either...
I think this is the wrong move, but I would probably do it, would be to take that pawn with the bishop on, and then he's in check, but it doesn't really buy, I guess it's just a waste of a move.
Well, it would be a great move if the rook on A7 were first to capture. So you're looking tactically as a way to distract, but unfortunately after bishop takes F7, the F8 rook can take back and save the day. So I think Benji is best off just retreating his bishop. Hard to do when you just stole a pawn, you're all up in your
you're so excited to be up there.
Just bring it back, and this king is still exposed.
This is nice. This commentary today is nice because it's just a free chess lesson for me.
I thought I was the one learning from you, so
let me teach you the Stonewall anytime.
I need to learn it. I haven't ever studied it, so I would appreciate your guidance.
It's great.
I agree. It looks great when you win games with it. So
I don't often, but
I was just trying to
don't need to
boost the morale.
Okay. I am getting nervous for Benji's time a little bit.
I am as well. And I think he's trying to figure out, because this bishop is hitting the queen and the rook on the same diagonal. That's a problem for him. He needs to see that his bishop can just retreat back, which saves the material and still leaves Black's king out in the open. He's spending too much time, and I don't think he sees it based on the time consumption.
No, I don't think he sees it either. That's the hardest thing, and this is going to be very stupid, and you guys are going to be like, yeah, forehead cutie. To remember is that your bishops can move back. And he sacrificed the rook.
I actually don't think it's stupid at all. I think that's a mistake that is very commonly made. One of the hardest things to find in chess is retreating knight moves. And just retreating moves in general are easily missed all the time. And now the problem for Benji is he lost a rook for a bishop. He still has attacking chances, but the rook for bishop dynamic should be good for Sardoche if he can handle this well. But there's still pressure, and I don't think that Sardoche is out of the woods yet.
I'm nervous about the time. Someone text Sardoche something. Tell him his refrigerator's running or something.
Maybe don't text the players because that could constitute some problematic behavior with a little cheating. You get some texts, some moves, but
well. If Benji
Wait,
wins, I get $10.
How did you come up with a refrigerator problem?
That's like a thing. You've never gotten that prank call?
No, not a single time.
Oh, is your refrigerator running, Hess?
Yeah, all the time.
Oh, you better go catch it. Now you know.
That hurt to hear.
Yeah.
I'm actually upset.
I know. So is everyone. Everyone's upset.
Look at Benji go. There's actually a big attack. Queen takes c5 is not a free pawn. Don't go take that because rook g3 check. You see that eval bar skyrocket.
Yeah.
If the king comes up, you keep giving checks, and the king has to go in the corner.
Massive. Come on, Benji. We have a minute.
So I think that Sardoche knows better than to leave the defense of his king by taking a pawn. Don't get greedy here. He's already up material.
Hey, Benji, I need you to focus right now. Focus on the clock. Come up with your move right now. That's what I do, and then I always do the wrong move. It's a really good tactic. I recommend it.
Maybe you'll have to coach these players in advance the next one.
Yeah, they would be upset that I wasted their time.
I don't think anyone feels that way. It's always a good time, which is never a waste of time. So, okay, Sardoche thinking he could get himself into time trouble, and his king's the one that's more open. So, Cutie, playing these positions, open king, I feel like that's often scarier than having a material deficit.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's pretty safe to start playing. Oh,
he did it. No, my gosh, he did it.
You called it.
He's being checkmated by force.
Come on.
Oh.
Does he see it?
I thought it was my analysis board for a second, and then I looked, and no, the engine Scott, he does see it.
There he sees it.
Oh gosh. Oh no, Queen F6. It's all forced. It's all forced. It's mate. It's checkmate on the spot. It's done. And look at Sardoche. He's distraught.
Look at Benji.
Oh my gosh, Sardoche is distraught.
C'est pas possible, j'ai tellement de choc.
He can't believe it.
J'ai pas de counterplay.
And he was fending it off
Oh
so
non, mais
well
pourquoi j'ai
until
pas
that
vu
moment.
défendu? J'ai pas vu que la dame pouvait full up. Fallait que j'aille en H7. C'était H7 la pièce, c'était pas
Pure
H8.
jubilation from Benji. I mean, how old is he again?
J'ai perdu.
I think 12. He plays Fortnite.
And let's see when the checkmate happens if we get a reaction. Look how happy he is.
There he is.
Oh my gosh.
All right. $10, everybody. $10.
What do you mean $10? That was only the first game.
Oh, yeah. We did on each match.
Oh, okay. So everyone in chat owes you $10?
Yep.
I think that's fair. So go over to Cutie Cinderella's channel.
$10 make me holla.
Yeah, throw those $10 her way. You called it. And that's a huge upset because Sardoche was seen as maybe the favorite in the entire event, up with the likes of Rainn Wilson getting a lot of love, Logic playing well. Of course, Lud is too. But Sardoche's rating is so high, and people said this could be a preview for the Ultimate Championship. And Benji said, I'm here to play. I may be young, but I can do this thing. And he delivers a checkmate.
I've actually been saying it. I've said it on my stream that I think I think Benji will go pretty far to the end. Of course, I have Ludwig all the way. I think he is going to win the whole thing. But I think Benji's going to get really, really far.
Playing games like this, he out of the gates was doing extremely well. He let it slip a bit, but he had the attack on his mind. The board opened up, and Sardoche, you could tell he just didn't see all the tactics, and he was really upset with himself because he's like, oh, I should have known better. I had a feeling things were off. And just a couple moves before the end here, the queen on e7, a very important defender, making sure that the enemy queen doesn't get in. So
he spent a lot of time on that move.
Yeah, he did. And I wonder if he forgot that the queen could go to f6. And this is something that happens all the time because you may see the check on this diagonal, right? That's the entire length of the board. But after queen c5, rook g3 check, king h8, if you check in the corner, maybe Sardoche was looking at queen c3 to block the check and say, no checkmate for you. In fact, I'm just taking advantage. But Benji says, nope, up I go.
Oh,
And there goes the checkmate.
so great. So great. We're impressed. Look at this chess today, huh? The weather's great and the chess is even better.
See, this is what happens though, Cutie. At first, the position was really close. No trades were happening. We were thinking, oh, come on, gotta get some pieces off. But chess at their level right now, it doesn't end with necessarily a queen blunder or anything like that. We need to be patient. We need to wait for opportunities. Sardoche won in exchange. Benji quickly struck back. It is 1-0 in Benji Fishy's favor. We'll be back shortly for more for Pogchamps 3, presented by Grip 6.
Whole first match, because yes, I like I said, when I saw Benji play the second game, it was very, very good. So I was very, very impressed. Okay, let's do more puzzles then in the meantime, because I think we're still being featured on Chess.com, right? Yes, we're being featured, so let's do puzzles. Let me pause this. Okay, this is white to play and win here. There's knight h6, knight g5. There's also just h6, h7, take the queen. This is good.
From your stone wall, Cutie, that this bishop on d3 is the most important part of your attack.
Yeah.
So you're trying to trade off that bishop before it even gets out. And Sardoche says, nope, no trade for you. And then look at Benji strike right back in the center.
Wow.
What is happening here? Lots of pawn tension from both sides.
They're just hanging out. They're getting ice cream together.
And hopefully they can do that in a short span of time and doesn't have to require a huge line. And
I mean, they're both playing really fast right now.
I think this is a mistake on Sardoche's part because he needs to win this game. And he has plenty of time right now. So instead of playing bishop to d3, you look at this position with the pawn tension. You want to figure out, can I go and take one of these pawns? Should I throw in a check? You always want to look for checks. Maybe queen a4 check is a good move. Bishop d3 is by no means a bad move, and Benji quickly castles. But it felt like he didn't know what to do, so he felt the urge to play quickly. If you remember game one, though, he was the one ahead on the clock.
Yeah.
And look at Benji. He knows the plans. This is not someone memorizing an opening. This is somebody understanding, because he brought his bishop back to e7. He didn't like the pin here. And now you have the bishop on d3. You have the bishop on h4. But lining up an attack is difficult because one of the best ways to stop an attack is by creating threats elsewhere on the board. And with this tension all over the place here in the center, white doesn't have a free hand on the king side.
I like Benji constantly does that there's like a word for it, that like serial killer stare at the chessboard. He's just like looking up at it, and it's terrifying. I think that gives him a bit of an upper hand in case Sardoche looks at him. It's really scary. Kubrick stare, that's what it's called.
Doesn't look like Sardoche has been looking up at the cameras very often.
True, he's just been staring down.
Yeah, he's concentrated.
He's kind of shaken right now.
Well, Benji's playing that well. It's causing him some fear. And well, knight e5 played, jumping up with the knight. Benji can trade knights. That will hurt white's pawn structure. Instead, he goes queen c7 to defend the knight. But there's a big tactic here. Knight takes c6, queen takes c6, and when the pawn takes on d5, I hit your queen and I hit your bishop on a6. So
wow.
Yeah, there's the tactics like this. Maybe white should take the knight first, but either way, you will take on d5, and this bishop is hanging. So let's see what the players have done. No, bishop g3.
Oh, interesting.
By Sardoche. Yeah, he doesn't go for the trades. He keeps the tension, and it's a good move. It just so happened that there was a better move based on the location of the pieces. Wow, so much tension here. Q, do you know what time it is?
No.
I thought there could be a stonewall situation with that pawn going F4.
That is not a stonewall. Do you even know the stonewall? That's not the stonewall. How dare you?
I asked you to teach me, but you're too busy teaching Pokey and CodeMiko and everybody else.
That's not the stonewall.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
GMs these days, they don't even know all the freaking openings. That's crazy.
I'm sorry.
It's embarrassing for you, honestly.
Right. Well, now you have to take the reins here because I feel awkward.
Well, he's not doing the stonewall, is what I can say. It's long gone. There's no stonewall left here. If he would have done the stonewall, that F pawn would have been on F4. But he did just take that pawn. That's exciting development.
I was trying to get the pawn to F4. That was part of my plan.
Oh, well, then this is awkward.
Well, it's just the delayed stonewall. Not quite the same. and we see
Nice.
a trade. Benji quickly trading. I think he's going to keep going. He can put a rook on d8 in line with the queen at the end of the road, and there could be some tactics here that favor black. So I think Benji can put a rook on d8. He can also take on d4, start trading some more, and black has no weaknesses in the position, nothing to gang up on, and so he should have the better position between these two players.
So who is up right now? I can't keep track of the pieces.
It's even in terms of material.
Oh, okay. Great.
And I'm trying to make the claim that black is doing very well because you can take on d4 and that would leave white with an isolated pawn. So after pawn takes d4, for example,
I see.
Pawn takes, pawn's best friend's another pawn. You don't have the defense of another pawn, so I can pile up and start attacking you.
That'd be really exciting.
You don't sound that excited.
I looked over at Levy in the chat and he said women GM Keck W.
Oh, that's a personal attack.
And that did feel like a personal attack. And I don't know why, because we're here watching the same game, Levy. All right. Who took your job? Bitch. It was me.
I was about to say, who's on the big screen? And the answer
Who's on the big screen? Big guy, huh? Who's here?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
This sounds like a fractured relationship in terms of chess coaching, student relationship. Maybe it's over.
No, he'll come crawling back. I'm the only woman that will go on his stream.
I feel like the thing you could do to hurt him the most is stop playing the Stonewall. Like, no matter what you say, it's not going to be effective.
He'd be so happy if I stopped playing the Stonewall. He'd be like, finally, she's doing a new opening. It's been a year. It's been 1 year. Finally.
I mean, but that's loyalty at its finest.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. It's the only thing that stuck to my brain. It's very obnoxious that the only voice that sticks in my brain is Levy's.
Oh, yeah, but there's a lot of content. So if you just keep watching the videos that go up on YouTube, and there's more intake, and hey, that's a learned voice.
I want Levy to do more videos with Lucy, though. Where are the Lucy videos? Where's the Lucy content, Levy?
Oh, yeah. Maybe he'll analyze these games with Lucy, because these games have been good, and the more content, the merrier.
Ooh, okay.
Now we're talking. And, well, look at, oh, no. So I get the point by Benji trying to take advantage of the pin, but white has two knights and the pawn all staring at the e5 square.
Wow.
So, very good idea. Unfortunately, the execution doesn't quite work in this moment.
So he's going to take it with his knight, of course.
Right.
And that knight is the...
take with the
C knight.
And you can offer some trades of pieces. And
ooh, love that.
You take on d4, I can take back. And for now, white is a pawn ahead. And that's not good news for Benji, although his position, as you can see, based on the engine, it's still quite decent because white's going to have a hard time keeping that extra pawn. And Sardoche takes it. We actually are seeing the sequence. Have to take back on e2 with the queen. And now Benji's in for a tough think because you can either take on d4 or take on e5, and he should spend time calculating the difference between the two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And for the record, for any chess chat members that don't understand what a sense of humor is, Levy and I are best friends. So yeah, we make fun of each other a little bit, but at the end of the day, we're best friends. Wow. Right, Levy?
Well, that changed real quick.
Yeah, well, you have to be honest sometimes. Unfortunately, people don't understand anymore.
Uh-oh. When pieces are in line with the queen, you go and try to pin them. Oh, that was a rush decision. Still a good position for Sardoche, but go back a half step here. Rook to c1 or queen to c4. You pile up and you pin the piece and win the piece. So this would have been a great opportunity for Sardoche to level the match. Instead, he takes on c6. And his idea is that when the queen takes on c6, he will take on d4. White will still be a pawn ahead. So it's a good decision. It makes sense. But he had a move that would have netted more material.
He did move that really quickly.
Yes. Do you think that a clock is just a vital part of his strategy?
Maybe. I mean, they seem so close on time that maybe he knew that and he was just trying to get a bit of an upper hand.
Makes sense. Because He had a lead on the clock in the first game, and he had a good position. I'm sure he was analyzing it during the break between the games. So he should be feeling confident about his chess. There was nothing in that first game that led me to believe that he should feel anything but good about the way he's been playing. And now he is a pawn ahead, though it's not clear, Cutie, how to use that pawn because it's this pawn e3, and it does protect the knight. But as the game continues, you need to create past pawns and try to win.
I think my next move here would just to bring that rook to c1 to attack that queen.
And
Okay.
That's why Benji moved off. But rook to c1 is still
Smart. Yeah.
Take over the open file. And it's not easy for white to figure out a way to press forward because you want to push your pawns. But if you start pushing your pawns to f3, that could potentially create weaknesses around your king. So any pawn push you make, that's a permanent decision because pawns can't move backwards.
And his pawn structure in front of his king is just a complete barricade. They seem to both be kind of tiptoeing around an idea here, like both kind of avoiding.
Yeah, they're playing a little copycat, but it makes sense because they're fighting for an open file, and black can double in the d file, or black can bring the rook to c8 and try to use the c file. So both sides are doing the right thing as there are two open files next to each other. They're trying to figure out which one is best to operate on.
I do wish Sardoche would use his other rook. That rook being tucked in that corner is making me very sad.
So you think that his next move is just going to be bringing the rook over, rook bros?
I hope so.
I think that's going to be his move. I think he'll play it pretty quickly. There it is.
There it is. Okay, dokie.
And Benji down one pawn, but now down 2 minutes, and there's no clear plan for black. You just kind of have to sit tight and ask Sardoche, what are you going to do to beat me in this position? Because you're only up one pawn, and neither of us are attacking the other. So, Cutie, these positions I think are some of the most difficult in chess.
Yeah. It's interesting. This time deficit is the biggest it's ever been.
Yeah, over 2 minutes. And, well, do you think that Benji, he can handle it? He is obviously an amazing esporter. Can we call him that? How would you call it?
Yeah, he's an esport player.
E-athlete? Like, how does this work?
Just an athlete, okay? We can just call it an athlete.
Oh, you just told me that Ludwig wore the same sweatpants for 4 days in a row. That doesn't sound like an athlete.
Well, his excuse was, why change if you're going to get him dirty again? So maybe he's just smarter than the rest of us.
Maybe he's onto something. That's true.
Potential.
It looks like Sardoche is now in the think tank here, trying to come up with an actual plan rather than just making good moves. And it's important to do so, but you need plans behind your moves. And this knight on e4, well placed by Benji. If he plays pawn f3, down goes this g3 pawn. You don't want to drop a pawn in this position. But he needs to figure out how to push forward from this point. And it's really not clear. I think these are some of the hardest positions, Cutie, in chess to play because there's no checkmate attack to go with. There's no weakness that's clear.
Yeah, it's very scary.
Right.
I'm happy to see Sardoche really, really thinking this out.
Yeah, and he brings his queen back to e1. So I think he's trying to protect this pawn on g3 so that maybe he can play f3 next and kick this knight out and he doesn't drop the pawn here. I don't know. It's an interesting idea. And
I think that's what I would do. I'm always going to just agree with whatever you say. Yeah. What did he just do? Oh, he just dropped his queen down. Interesting.
You don't have to agree with me. Come on.
Well,
I don't know Stonewall. I should not be agreed with.
It's too late to do the Stonewall. It's absolutely too late.
I didn't mean to bring up.
I don't understand why you think how the Stonewall is played at the end game, but it's not. It's an opening. It's an opening, Hess.
I will learn one day. I was just going to say that I don't know everything. Chess players make mistakes. We're human. Things happen. And I didn't mean to bring up the Stonewall again. So no more Stonewall for me. But this rook is under attack. So
that's scary.
Yes. Don't want
that
to
is very, very scary. I wonder, goodness, there's no checks here. I just don't see, I don't know what I would do. I think I would just move the rook and keep tiptoeing around. I don't know what to do here.
And that's probably what you should do. And you say you don't know what to do, and well, you need to move away for starters. But let's say you bring the rook back and the knight comes back to attack your rook. You're going to have to do something. Otherwise, we'll just be repeating.
You're
moves.
just going to be repeating.
Yeah.
But then that equals a draw, correct?
That would be a draw, which black, Benji's up 1 point here. He wants a draw, and Sardoche, of course, wants to play for a win.
Yeah, I would take a draw.
Yeah, so I think Sardoche is going to switch the files of his rook. So instead of keeping the rook on the d file, he'll go rook c2 and rook c1. And the reason why is this pawn defends this knight, so you don't need your rooks on this file. They can happily shift to the c file and try to go for a breakthrough on that line.
Oh, this is just so stressful.
And while the players are feeling it, Benji down under 4 minutes, and you see that Sardoche 4 minutes, 40 seconds, a bit of a lead on the clock. White is a pawn ahead. He just needs to come up with a plan. And another idea that I'm just coming up with here, and he plays f3, which keeps the knight on e4. Yeah, keeping the knight out. Maybe he can push the pawn himself. But I was also looking at a b4, b5 push, so you can get the c6 square for your knight. You can anchor that knight in on a more advanced square. Not out of the question. So not easy to play this. Seriously, Cutie. It's just every single move. You need to figure out, like, what's my opponent thinking? Are they actually threatening anything? It seems like no, but you can be lulled into a false sense of security, and then that's when the biggest mistakes happen.
I think Benji's next move here. Is it too soon to get your king involved? I don't know when. When in the end game is it too soon to get your king involved?
It's a good question. I think with the queens on the board, it's a bit too soon.
Okay.
Because if the king goes towards the center, black or white, whoever's king is going to the center, there are enough pieces remaining to start attacking that king. And so I think Benji is just trying to poke and prod, brings the queen to a6. The queen on b7 was just shut down by this pawn f3. So now there's an attack on the pawn here. The queen, has some nice open scope. Not that it amounts to much. It's an empty diagonal, but at least it can pretend to do something. You seem deep in concentration.
I'm looking at this, his knight, and I'm curious. And again, chat, I'm giving a much lower perspective here. Okay, I'm 900 rated. I was just gonna say that knight moving there because then it's looking at that bishop, and now the queen's not there to protect the bishop.
Right, the rooks here.
Or rook. I get bishop and rook confused. I don't know why. They're the same word to me.
I got you covered. I knew exactly what you meant. And there are actually some devious threats here that black needs to be very careful about, because I could see this ending in a checkmate pretty soon for white. Here it goes. After queen takes a2. If you take this, in comes the queen to d8 with check. And after king h7, there's knight e7 trying to bring the queen here and checkmate this king. And there's big danger for black. This could be very scary.
Okay.
Let's see. Wait, check. Okay, 97.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, watch out here. So the move that black should play is push your f pawn, because Benji's queen is actually eyeing the g8 square through the pawn. So push that pawn up the board.
Oh, wow.
And you can save the day. You can save the day here. And look at Benji, deep in thought.
What a cool mate. I love any mates with a knight. I think they're very cool.
You really don't see this very often, but it's because black's pieces are all out over there on the queen side, not helping the king. And you're asking, when can you bring the king out? Not in this position. Even a queen and knight, that's enough material to land a checkmating attack. So this is very scary for Benji. He's thinking he needs to push the pawn. I think that there's no other way to save the king besides pushing the pawn up the board. Do you think he'll
I hope he sees it. I think he will, just because he's surprised me a few times, and he's desperately looking right now. And that he knows that there's got to be a way.
And he could be thinking about pushing the pawn up to make space for the king. The problem is the queen will stop on g8, then go to h8, and this king is going on a walk up the board and is actually checkmated in the next move after queen takes pawn. So I'll show that very quickly. If h5, queen g8, up, keep check. It's force, checkmate. There's nothing that black can do. and that would be a checkmate. The king's
Wow.
open. Let's see. No move yet. No move played by Benji.
Oh, he's got a minute. Come on, Benji.
Oh, and he's not streaming, so we can't see. Oh, oh no. It's going to be the zigzag checkmate. It's going to be the checkmate. Here it comes. Sardoche sees it. No question. He's going to do this, mate. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, he blundered the queen.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh, he blundered the queen.
Does Benji see it? Does Benji see it? Benji, do you see this? Oh, he has to see it. Look at Benji's face. He is in shock.
Oh, he took the queen, and Sardoche loses the queen.
Benji is so confused.
He's smiling.
Oh, Sardoche, no! No, the tragedy.
Not the queen. Oh my gosh.
Benji is smiling. Sardoche is melting. He is melting. Oh no.
Sardoche played a great game. And that's so frustrating in chess. You play a fantastic game. He was playing so well. And on one turn, doesn't see the queen on the opposite side of the board. Full board awareness, needs to see these things. And unfortunately for Sardoche, he loses queen.
He is laughing at himself. He is laughing at himself. At least he's not crying.
Well, it's a Botez gambit for the ages. And Benji Fishy wins the group. He played a great match by Benji, but did get the benefit of that blunder there. Both of these players look like serious contenders. And Benji Fishy wins the group 2-0 in this match. What more is there to say, Cutie?
I'm so proud of Benji. You know, he just feels like my new best friend. And I've been rooting for him this whole time. And so he is going to teach me play Fortnite, and then I'll make millions of dollars.
Quick question. So Levy was your best friend just like a couple minutes ago, and now Benji's your best friend.
Dude, I'll say it. Fuck Levy. I hate that guy.
Oh, okay. Well, before he can mold in the chat, let's go to our final break. We'll be back with the players in just a few.
Took another second to not blunder his queen. But absolutely nuts play. Oh, shit. Wait. French surrendering again. Oh, looks like only one Frenchman took down the W today. Oh, it was me. Was it not? Only room for one in this tournament, Sardoche. And it's not you. By the way, interestingly, I looked at the bracket, and what this now means is that the winner of Group A is Benji Fishy, so he's going to be here. Sardoche will be here, and then who wins between me and Charlie will dictate whether we're on Sardoche's or Benji's side. I don't know if I really want either, to be honest, but here's the dangerous part. Whoever loses with me and Charlie on Sunday will almost assuredly be playing Rainn Wilson, which is fucking terrifying because we play the winner of Group C for second place. So if I lose to Charlie tomorrow, I would have to beat Rainn Wilson, and then presumably I would have to play Benji Fishy if he keeps going on the path he's going on. So this side of the bracket is fucked. This is Rainn Wilson and Benji Fishy. This side of the bracket, I think, is a bit easier. I think it's a bit easier. It would be depending on who wins between me and Charlie, and then like Daniel Negreanu, maybe if XQC loses. You know, I'm not too worried. Sardoche, you know, I'm not worried about that. So we'll see. We'll see. It's gonna be a tight bracket. I regret winning. I wish I could just go to the consolation bracket. You make more money for getting first in the consolation than last in the fucking championship. It's horse shit. Everyone's too cracked at this fucking game. I put in so many hours. Give me an easy bracket for once, Chess.com. Stop giving me this 16-year-old cracked ass kids. I can't handle it. Just let me have a freebie one time in my life. I'm losing it. If I lose to a 16-year-old, I'm gonna cry. I will cry live on stream. I'll never stream again. And not to be ageist, but I'm 25. And I've been like practicing for like a year. Do I at least have more subscribers on YouTube than Benji Fishy? What did I do with these 9 extra fucking years? What have I done? What was the point of having 9 extra years? I don't... This is bullshit. Is he tall? Don't tell me he's also tall. Is he tall? Benji Fishy height. Let's go! Let's go! Suck it, Benji! Suck it! God picked me! Oh, that's justice. But seriously, if I lose to someone who wasn't even alive for 9/11, that's fucked up. He's 16? Yeah, good. I hope he doesn't grow until 17. I don't care what he does after I'm not in a tournament with him. All right? This is the small temporal of time that I care about. I just need to be taller than him in this. Like, hopefully he doesn't have a summer growth spurt. That's all I care.
And we are back with both players. Benji Fishy wins 2-0 over Sardoche. Both of you played amazingly well. I have to say that. I think this was the closest match and the best played match of the entire event. So Benji, I want to start with you. Can you just tell everybody what you've been doing, how much you've been practicing, and it is clearly paying off?
Yeah, I've been practicing as much as I can. You know, I've got like Fortnite tournaments, but you know, whenever I have spare time, I just really enjoy playing. It's just a nice hobby of mine that I just really enjoy, and I'm a competitive guy, so I want to get you know, as good as possible at it.
For sure. And Sardoche, what about you? You know, every time I open Twitch, you're playing chess or studying with a new coach. Seems like you're taking this very seriously, and you did play great chess. Of course, both games ended on what's, you know, looked like blunders on your end, but you were really playing well throughout.
Well, I don't know. First of all, it was one of my intense games I played for my whole life, so I wasn't used to be focused for so long in a chess game at first. And then, well, I'm a bit sad because I lost both game because of tactics. I was supposed to be slightly worse than Benji concerning positional stuff and close position, because he used to close the position and I used to open up. I play an open Sicilian. I couldn't play my stuff, and he prepared really well against my London system. So I was a bit confused at first, but I always managed to get out of the close position better, and I get too confident, I guess. So I'm super ashamed actually that I have done this mistake, because I really expected to win with tactic and lose with strategy, and I'm so sad, man. What the fuck?
No, you played amazing, and I know obviously the result stings, but I have to reiterate that time and time again. You really played excellent. Even in this moment, I brought up the board here. You're talking about positional. Benji, you kind of locked the position. This bishop on b7 was stuck here, but I like the way you both played this. First, you, Sardoche, bringing the knight to d7, excellent move. And then Benji, instead of taking this knight, you brought your knight back, keeping as close as possible. So kind of what was your thought process like at this position? Benji, I'll start with you.
I wanted to get rid of his knight basically, and I don't know, I didn't really like my knight being there, or I didn't like his knight being there, so I was like, oh, I might as well just try and get it out and then try attacking his king side, since I had the queen side like locked basically or closed. So yeah, that was basically it. Not too much thought process in it, but yeah.
Such a casual way to articulate your thought on such an intense game plan. Like, holy cow.
Yeah. And I mean, and Sardoche, on your end of things, you know, after this trade sequence, everything started to improve at this moment where Benji, you had the right idea, but it was a little bit too soon, because after the capture, which Sardoche did perfectly, and the move bishop c8, really hard move to play, generally speaking, dropping your bishop back. But Sardoche, did you consider this move?
Honestly, I didn't really consider it because I felt like he would just run away and I would lose tempo. I don't know. First of all, I thought he would take with the bishop, and I was able to take this pawn on e5 and then open up the position. But he did the right thing, taking with his
with the rook here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you had the right idea. G6 is a good move. It just so happens that bishop c8 would have kept your pawn structure a little safer, because in the next few moves, we saw what happened with rook f8. Yeah. That was a nice tactical shot by you, Benji, whereas putting the rook on f8 walked into this pin. But still, you fought on really well with bishop a6, just to immediately say, okay, I may have lost the pawn, but let me go on the attack myself. So, Benji, quick question for you. Did you see the bishop retreat, that you could play this, or were you thinking that bishop was an attacking piece and kind of overlooked that it could come back to your defense?
Yeah, I didn't see that. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't see that.
I didn't see it either, actually. I was so convinced it would actually break up.
I kind of just was hoping after this. I was like, oh, I'm about to lose one of my rooks. I'm like, I need to try and I don't know, just look for a checkmate. So I mean, I guess it worked, but I got pretty lucky, to be honest. I'm happy I did it. I saw it, at least. I'm happy I saw the checkmate when it came.
No, it was really nice. And I was saying to Q during the commentary that it's really difficult. These are the hardest things to think about, is backwards, these retreating moves, especially when your bishop just took a pawn and came in the attack. But this would have saved material. And Sardoche, and I know this is going to be painful, but at this point here, you ended up taking on c5. What was your thought process? Like, what were you calculating, and what was it that you overlooked?
I don't know. I completely miscalculated. The queen could actually follow up, and well, it's so stupid because I just have to push my pawn on the on D and C, and I could just win the game, I guess. I could just close up the position stall. He was close in time, so I could just push my pawn and play the final. Will be quite an easy final, I think. I'm not sure. Maybe I was, I think I had a lead, but I don't know. Both game I missed tactics. Maybe because I woke up too early, I'm tired, and it just plays so well. It pushed me to my last ounce of energy. I was like to. He just played well. I had to blunder at some point since he played so perfect during all the time. And I'm honestly proud I lost in game like this. Well, my blunder was something, but overall I think games were really, really great, and we showed up some grits. We just showed up that Europe is better than NA in this Pogchamps, at least. So at least
okay. I mean, in the second game, Sardoche, you were one move away from checkmating.
Yeah, man. I just took the pawn and said, okay, he can't actually remove. I will mat in one, no matter what. So I will play it the safe way. I actually imagined the combo with knight, and I felt like, okay, this is too complicated. I will focus on simple thing. Just take the pawn and treat a mat in one, and I didn't see the queen. In my head, queen was attacking, so it couldn't. She couldn't be able to defend. For some reason, I break up the board in two pieces, and I completely ignored that she could come back. I'm so dumb.
I think that's the theme of both games, honestly, where retreating moves are very hard to see. So it's something just to check for on both your ends. And Sardoche, I mean, you should keep your head held high. You were one move away from evening the match, and it felt like a very back and forth struggle. So I think you both should be proud of the way you played.
But I think I did a mistake in the white game at the end, because I needed to kick off the knight before going for my plays with because if I don't do that, I believe he will just take my pawn and ignore my. I think when he took the rook, it was a mistake actually, because he could just stall because he has bishop and a rook covering the pieces, so he had free pawn basically. And I was so mad at myself when I missed. It was maybe b5 or b4 to kick off the knight, and I didn't play perfect, but we will meet up again, I think, in this tournament. So
yeah, I think so too. You did really well. You need to give yourself more credit. You keep talking about how well Benji played, but you played out of your mind.
Yeah, you really did. And you won't have a chance to meet again, I don't think, unless you meet in the finals. You'll be on the opposite sides of the bracket, so you can avoid each other for the time being. And I mean, Benji, huge congrats. And Sardoche, the highest rated player in the field at this point. It felt like a really intense struggle, both parts. What are you planning to do as you both head into the championship bracket?
I'm just gonna keep playing. You know, I mean, it's not. I'm just gonna keep doing what I've been doing. It works pretty good. You know, I'm getting coached every day by Hammer, which is helping a lot. I think I'm improving really fast, and yeah, hopefully we can meet again in the final.
Also, Benji, I heard that you're actually 6'3", which is 4 inches taller than Ludwig. Is that true?
That is correct. Yeah, that is correct. 6'3".
Very cool.
Correcting the height out there that people are Googling and putting out. But Sardoche, I know it's going to sting for a bit, but what's your plan? How do you recover from this? I mean, you've obviously had painful losses in your life before, but so how do you bounce back?
Honestly, first of all, I wasn't confident with my opening. My black opening, it was maybe the first time I played it in a game because I didn't find sparring partner to play that. I just knew the theory, how I needed to play against the English opening. So I need to train it a bit more if I want to match Benji because I wasn't playing perfect in my opinion. And soon, well, I will just play and try to grind. I just want to say one thing because most of the people in the English cast told that I was actually coached by Maxime Vachilaga, but it's not true. He's actually full tryharding with Etienne Bacro for the candidate tournament, so he has actually no time to talk with me or help me, and I would love to, but sadly, he's not up for that. So if you heard that Maxime is helping me, it's not true. I'm basically playing a lot of game alone, and Nemsko and Kevin Bordy are helping me a lot for this, so I will try to make them proud in the next game and will do my best in quarterfinals, and I hope we meet again.
Well, I think they definitely are proud. And honestly, it was me starting the false rumors. I heard that Maxime was somehow in the bunch. My apologies for the mistake, but you know the coaching is working for both of you, Hammer on your end, Benji, and for Nemsko and for Blitzstream. I mean, clearly it's working, and everybody was excited to see the progress you two are making. So I think you both should be proud of yourselves, and I know your coaches are proud of you as well. So. Cutie, any final thoughts?
No.
Mean things to say? You know, anything?
No mean things to say. Sardoche, I am going to apologize on behalf of my boyfriend Ludwig, who keeps calling you Sardouche. You are not a douche. I want you to know that. You're very sweet and you're good at chess.
Thanks. Let's go.
And beat Ludwig so he can stop calling you that.
Whoa.
You gotta put him in place sometimes.
You clearly have chosen your favorites here. And Benji, actually, Cutie was betting money on you, so she won.
I won $10 on you, Benji. Thank you very much.
No worries. I got you.
All right, you two have a good one. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, too.
Wow, that was really wholesome. I mean, I kind of feel really badly for Sardoche right now. He seems despondent. He's just crushed by those games. And he had that second game. He was just right there away from checkmate.
He was so close.
And blundered the queen at the end. So that 2-0 score, not representative of how this match was. It was really close. Should have been 1-1 just at the finish line there. And Benji, he sees the tactics when he needs them and is able to win the match 2-0.
It was good. It was a good game. It was a tough game. I'm excited to keep watching both of them.
And we will see them in the championship bracket. We don't know yet who they will play, but we know that Benji Fishy is the top seed out of that group. He gets a couple extra $1,000 for winning the group. And for Sardoche, he's upset. He'll bounce back. He's playing great chess. That result to me, you know, as somebody who coaches, it's something that you can ignore as a coach and say, no, the way you played was excellent. And I hope that he just continues the push because he's an already strong player and will just get stronger. And there's another fun event after Pogchamps. There is the Twitch Rivals Hand and Brain, March 2nd, 1 p.m. Pacific time. You don't want to tune in on twitch.tv/Twitch Rivals. Going to be many of your favorite streamers taking part in what is going to be a fantastic event. And Cutie, tomorrow we have some great matchups that we've highlighted before. Any predictions for those?
Pokimane will win everything. Anything she touches will equal a W. I think Rain and Logic. I think Rain will take it. And XQC. I think XQC will take his 1:40 p.m. match
against Daniel Negreanu, who has won both of his matches thus far. So he's.
I mostly said that because I couldn't pronounce Daniel's last name.
The honesty is appreciated. Well, Daniel has won both matches thus far. XQC is won his only match played against Rubius. So we'll see if XQC can take down the leader of that group, and Pokimane and XQC will end the day facing off against one another in the postponed match. It's been a real fun time. I mean, I had a great time commentating with you. I don't know.
I had a great time. I will never be invited back, but we were happy to be here.
I'm glad. I think you will be invited back. Your regular chess streams are highly enjoyable. So
thank you.
earned your spot on the commentary. What's that cat? Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
It was nice. It was nice to be here. It was nice to see you guys. It was nice hanging out, chat. You guys are doing great. You guys have gotten nicer. I have nothing to talk to you about today. No lectures. I appreciate your growth, chess chat. All right.
Well, I guess I have some things to lecture them about chess related, but that's for another time and another place. And Arena Kings will begin at 4 p.m. Pacific. That's in 25 minutes from now.
Woo!
And Hikaru will be playing, and you will want to tune into his stream, GM Hikaru, obviously one of the best chess players on the planet, an amazing streamer. So he will be playing in that event. And then in a couple hours from now, I will continue my just crazy day of chess commentary. I will be covering the corporate chess championships, the world championship for different corporations. A lot of chess to be had, a lot of things to learn. And Judy, I mean, those are my final thoughts. I'll hand it over to you to sign off here.
Well, thanks everyone for coming out. We'll see you tomorrow with some more matches and at 4 o'clock Arena Kings. Very, very excited. If you guys ever want to watch me play chess poorly, I play it every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m.
Not poorly. You're playing well. I have definitely support you there, and just remind everybody as well that this is an event raising money for various charities of the players' choices. So if you're able to, please do donate. It goes to a great cause. On that note, this is the end of today's coverage of Pogchamps 3 presented by Grip 6. We'll see you soon.